This episode of the Bayou Dragons podcast is proudly brought to you by Dragon Industrial Wrap.
Fierce. Ready for any project, no matter how big or how small. Dragon Industrial Wrap.
On Tyler, get on that shit.
Cole. Or Ricky. You guys got a host, man. I'm a guest. Y'all start it. Line it up, man.
You're the guest, dude.
Fucking bring it in. Let's go.
Let me know how it's been last 2 days.
You got to start the episode, man.
All right, man.
Welcome
We're going to start it right now.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Welcome to the motherfucking show. We're over here at Roewe Outfitters. We're smashing some cranes and some geese. We got Matt with fucking Bayou Dragons.
Whoop, whoop.
We got Ben, the fucking professional cook. We got Cole. I'm not sure what he does, but he's here, and he's always fucking here every day, and he's getting after it. But we're here, so
dude,
let's roll this bitch.
Fucking guest on my own show. It feels weird, man.
That's weird.
It's
isn't
nice
it?
though. It's like a little weight off the shoulders.
I know.
Dude, every one of these guys out here with is like, I say out here, I mean in front of the camera right now on this show, fucking legends, man, in y'all's own rights.
I've never heard something so sweet in my life, really.
Fucking love hanging out with you guys. I'm just telling Ricky earlier, I was like super stoked that like this whole fucking Bayou Dragon thing got, like, this is my favorite thing about it. Forget all the followers and all the other stuff, and like, shout out guys, I love y'all for tuning in and listening and appreciate the support. This is what it's all about for me, man.
Oh, dude, sitting down for a couple hours and just talking with your boys is so cool, for sure. Catching up, especially you being a guest out here. And
Dude,
like hearing your
Roewe
feedback on everything.
Outfitters? Are you kidding me? This place is freaking sweet, dude. So we go to Texas Trophy Hunters the past 2 years, and I meet Rick the first year, link back up with him again in Dallas the following year. And, you know, we were like, we got to do something, man. You got to come out here and check it out. I have no idea. Like, I drove 7 hours to come here, and I think I was like 20 minutes from pulling in the driveway, and I was like, dude, I have no idea what this place is going to be. I told my buddy Trevor that came up with me, I was like, well, we'll see, you know, dude. I pull in, it's this freaking whole operation, dude. Like, there's trucks everywhere. There's freaking like built like 2 buildings and like trailers. I'm like, God, there's a lot of shit going on out here, son. And I was just like, I don't know what time I got here. It was like 7:30 or 8, and the whole place is just fucking alive. There's fucking people, and I was like kind of nervous, son. I didn't know how to feel because I don't know who's who, you know. I'm like, who's the guides, who's the customers, and like, where do I fit into this equation? But like, just fuck it, rock and roll.
So we got like 40 something people this weekend, and Matt rolls in, and he was here for like 25 minutes, and I had no idea. And I text Matt, I'm like, where are you at? And he's like, I'm at the lodge.
Like, oh,
So I'm like, fuck, like I've been entertaining people, like talking to people and stuff. So we walk outside, and there's Matt.
Yeah, I was
and
chilling.
he's Matt. Like, I mean,
his eyes are all
there,
wide
he's
open. He's
pumped
like,
up.
oh,
He's like, let's go.
Dude, we stopped at this place in Graham, and I was like, we're coming through the part of Texas where, like, if you got a quarter tank, you better stop and fill up, because you never,
dude,
you don't know where
what's
up there. And so, like, I was starving, dude. I didn't eat anything all day, and I was like, we got to find something, man. We're gonna find this little hole in the wall, like probably run down place, like whatever. We'll rock and roll. Dude, we pull into this freaking cafe in this 1-horse town, and it is immaculate.
And Graham?
At Graham, I think.
Which place was it?
It was just called like the something cafe. I don't know. It was like the cafe. I don't know. It was badass. It was like a general store. They had a Bluebell ice cream, like deal inside of there. There was like a refrigerator on the wall full of beer and soft drinks and stuff. There's like candy, and there's tables everywhere. And like, dude, the whole freaking town was in there, like all 15 of them. And dude, it was badass.
Graham is badass. There's a town over here. It has like 3 people that live in the whole thing.
Rochester.
Yeah. And they got a cafe there, dude. There's nobody in there. They got 3 people in the whole town, but it's crunk.
The hole in the wall.
Yeah,
if
the
y'all
hole
are
in
ever
the
in
wall.
Rochester, Texas, visit the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Put your pin on the map, because they always want that pin.
So I forget where I was going with that, but like Rick said, I got here. I bought I knew I was just gonna get like nuked after I ate and be done for the day and get all tired. So I bought a C4, and I was drinking it after dinner.
C4 guy.
And so when I got here at like 8:30 at night, I was freaking crunk. And like Ricky walks out there, and he's like, "What's up? What's up, man? Like, let's fucking go!" I was all fucking fired up.
And then he ate the whole whatever place he ate at, and I was like, dude, Ben cooked freaking prime rib.
I know, dude. And then, you know, I never got to see. Hold on. But by the way, before we go any further, Ben is the freaking truth, son.
Yeah,
This
for
guy
real.
throws down.
Serious.
So
And that's hard work too, dude. What'd you do this morning? Early? What time did you start this morning?
Started my morning at 2:45, and here we are.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock at night.
drinking cold
Going
beverages.
hard. Yeah, I got a little whiskey in the cup. It's
Ben-
going good.
Ben is a lunch and dinner cook. In the last,
Breakfast.
2 days,
Yeah.
you've had to cook breakfast, and it is we eat breakfast at 4:30, I think it was this morning.
That's right.
And so Ben's up at 2:30 cooking breakfast, and then he's still up now, and I'm pretty sure he's probably still got to do something in the kitchen because he doesn't leave a kitchen a mess. He always makes sure it is pristine. But last night he cooked that prime rib, or was it? It was a smoked sirloin,
It was sirloin, but it was smoked like prime rib.
and it was literally the best thing I've ever ate in my life. I ate so much meat, like nothing else. I just wanted the freaking sirloin. I ate so much I was about to fall over.
Dude, whenever that's like just a lesson. Like whenever you go to an outfit, like it's just as important to like take care of your cooks as it is your guys. You know?
Dude.
That's such
Yeah,
an
I
underrated
agree.
job.
Yeah, and it's tough. Like, there's a lot that goes into this shit, and you got to be around these guys 24/7.
The full
know?
yeah.
So you gotta make sure that you're doing your best to be even keel with everybody and that everybody's happy. If you got a place that like I work in a place that's fantastic, but in my line of work, a lot of guys don't have that same luxury, and so everyone shows up to get their hours, make their money, and get the fuck out of there. And they hate their job, and they're like, they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to be friends with you, they're just there to collect a paycheck and get out of there.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna spend the whole hunting season.
Bless you.
If you're gonna spend the whole hunting season with guys and like pretty much live together, like it's got to be
You
cool.
can't escape this trap, man.
Yeah.
Once you're here, you're in it.
Yeah, you're in
But
it.
dude, I was gonna say you talked up this. At first, you told me it was prime rib, and now I'm learning
My
it was
bad.
sirloin.
Smoked sirloin.
It was-
I'm sorry.
Like
40 pounds of
one.
sirloin.
But that's that's kind of like similar. Like I thought it was a prime rib when you cook, like
Similar.
how you cut it, and so it was
Similar.
similar. But it's kind of the same deal. I mean, like when you cooked it, like that was like to me, I felt like it was a prime rib how you sliced it and everything,
Oh, it was so
and it
good.
was absolutely
Dude.
the best thing ever. And he made this, what was it, horseradish sauce?
Yeah. My
And it
favorite
was-
part,
That
though, when I put
sounds
the knife through
so
that meat,
fire.
Ricky's pants flew off.
They did, and I was fucking
What?
ready for it.
You weren't there the other day. It was me and Zane, and we took tenderloin out of a whitetail.
Oh,
right?
the tenderloin sushi! I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
make it
bro.
for that one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Tender.
We had the rice, pickled apples, scallions,
We had
some
we
brown butter.
we had
sushi.
big
It was
crappie
pretty good.
jig eating fruits, and he's like
Yeah,
scared of
a little
fruits. I
crappie
mean,
jig.
and he ate a fruit and didn't even know it. It was so good.
He is a fruit.
Dude, I hear all the hype, right? So now we've established that Ben's a badass cook.
No, dude, nuts.
I hear all the hype about this sirloin. Yeah, we're cooking dinner, and Rick was like, yeah, well, I told him what time we're gonna get there. He's like, we might already be done eating by then. He's like, yeah, go ahead and stop and grab something, So I get here only to find out that the time I spent at the diner, had I not stopped, I'd have made dinner. But I was like, it's cool, whatever. And the only thing I saw of this sirloin was the drunk customer who puked it up onto the floor last night.
And it
And
looked
guess
good
who got
as
to mop
shit.
it up? I got to cook
Yeah.
it, and I got to clean it back up. Hell yeah.
Shout out, Little Bird.
Shout out Little
Yeah,
Bird,
Little
man.
Bird. He got them cross eyes.
Boy was too turnt, man.
He's
And
blind, Ben. He's blind.
I didn't know till this morning. I felt bad, bro.
I don't think he's blind. I watched him drop 6 beers last
Dude,
night.
he is.
He picked
he
every
is,
one of them
He
up.
picked all of them up, dude.
he
he's
is
not
legally
blind.
blind.
No, dude, he walked out the parking lot and he had a handful of beers, dropped them, 3 of them went splat, and he kept walking, come back.
He
come-
walked in the
funny.
bar and came back.
and then he's like, went to pick one up. He's not blind. He was just hammered, dude. He couldn't stand up, bro.
He is
He
blind.
wasn't
He is legally
I
blind.
think it was a combination of the two, but when he's walking and just drops on the ground. And then he looks at it and he just, fuck that. Yeah, he keeps walking and he drops another one. He just starts spraying all up in the air, and I'm like, God dang it. And Cole's like, pick it up. And he goes inside and I'm like, whatever. comes stumbling back outside like 5 seconds later, and he's like looking at him, and he just picks him up. Like,
Hey,
goes back
puke
in.
and rally though. Respect to him. I mean,
Yeah.
he puked and rallied, and
I haven't seen that guy all day.
He
Where's
he
at?
came in
Dude,
at
I
like
haven't seen
6
him either.
o'clock this evening, and I had a one-on-one with him, and he was a whole new man.
just
I tell you,
not
oh, yeah.
drinking.
No,
I bet
dude.
you he didn't drink.
He had a beanie on right over his eyes, and he was just kind of in here by himself.
I guess it doesn't matter if it covers his eyes because he's blind. So.
That's
Come
a
on
good
now.
point you got there.
Man, he probably swore it off at least for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
Had
he's
to.
a whole lot better after he hadn't drank a half gallon or whatever.
So,
drunk.
man, I'm here to hunt. I came
right.
here to hunt,
Out
man.
here on the wild goose chase. Son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Matt-
smashed them today.
Yeah, in the evening.
In
the
the
morning
evening.
we
Well,
hunted
it's
some
slow.
cranes. We had 1,500 bird feet, I'd say, and we got out there. And I don't know if anybody listening to this has ever hunted cranes, but they're the most pain in the ass bird to hunt. They're
And each
harder
year
to
they get
hunt.
harder. Each year.
Every year they get
They get
harder.
harder.
They're shot from It used to be you only shoot them in Texas, and now it is just straight Canada all the way down. They get shot. The decoy makers can't even keep them in stock. I mean, like, he's holding decoys for us to buy every year. And so we went out, and the birds just were on one side of the field one day, and today, I mean, we were hunting a 300-acre field probably, just
Big
straight, sowed wheat.
Yeah.
And they just stayed away from us. We had one group of 4 that did it, and we killed 2. We should have killed all 4, but
Matthew was shooting poorly this morning.
this evening we corrected it, and we put 11-man spec smash.
It was a 10-man
10-man.
spec smash with bonus cacklers and 5 pintail out of one
and
group.
5 pintail.
Yeah.
At that was good shooting because we had. I can't wait for you guys if y'all follow the YouTube channel to watch this video because it's gonna be so nasty. We had to have been 40 specs decoying
Oh,
with
my
a group
God.
of about eight or 9 pintail with them, and we dropped a good little wad of specs out of that and 5 pintail.
I think we
That's
killed
pretty
9
heavy.
geese out of that one.
Pretty
It was
heavy.
stupid,
9
dude. It was
geese.
the best, and of course I'm like, that was my worst filmed flock of the day.
Matt's holding.
No
Matt
focus.
was
Yeah.
holding the lid for the A. So we run a 4-person layout, and Matt's holding the lid for
Hey, don't
one
tell
of the
him secrets, though.
customers. And he's holding it, so half of the footage is kind of BS.
I had
doing
it
for
like
the-
like
for
when
the-
they were dumping in on us and just like holding pumpkins and just spread eagle. I had it right on them, and then as soon as the shot got called, I was like, okay, These customers were talking about how the A-frame or not A-frame the layout was kind of it was kind of impeding on their shooting, and so I was like, well, let me when y'all throw the door open, it's a single door for 4 guys. I was like, when y'all throw the door open, I'll grab it and hold it out of the way, and so that's what I did. And then in the other hand with the camera, I was kind of just like pointing it at them and hoping for the best. You know,
It's hard to explain what you're saying. Y'all were hunting out of. Like one of our buddies, he's an engineer, and he built like a 4-person.
So it's pretty much a 4-person coffin style blind, but it's a flip top that you flip behind your head, and we have 4. Like you set 4 people in there, and it's just one big door on the top, and you flip it behind you, and all 4 pop out and shoot. And the clients are a little bit older, and
a little bit larger guys
Yeah,
too. You know,
bigger
we kind of had
guys.
them packed in there, and another thing that didn't help them was that the wind was blowing like 35 miles an hour,
Crazy
like
hard,
just
dude.
ripping
Crazy hard.
right over our back, and all of the brush that we had out behind the blind was tumbleweeds. It was loose, and so it was pushing up on that door. So when they threw it back, it just kind of fell right back on them. And, so it was great for cover because they could only push that door back so far. But anyways, that was we'll move on from that, but. We'll move on from my shitty camera
Shout out
footage.
Backyard Customs.
Dude, we absolutely beat the mess out of them today, dude.
I heard 4 stories about the group of pintail that did it.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
so
dude.
sick. It was rank, huh?
when Dylan like actually comes out and builds those blinds how they should be built, like manufactures the blinds, they're gonna sell, and we're all gonna be rich because
They're
those
gonna
blinds
crush, dude.
are. I mean,
no,
dude,
they're
they're
genius,
insane.
Bro. Oh, they're genius.
Like, we hunted a peanut field the other day, and you took a bunch of peanut stubble that, when they were baling peanuts, it lays these layers of peanuts on the ground, and we took it and put them on there. And I guarantee if you didn't know where the blind was and they didn't have decoys set up in front of it, you would lose your blind.
Yeah.
because they're that low profile, but they're so comfortable. Like,
you have blankets over your belly, or what's in front of
you
your
have
body?
so you have a roll of so our A-frames. You know how we roll the grass out on the A-frame?
This is smart. This is super smart.
So you lay down. It's pretty much like laying on an A-frame, but
So
the A-frame's on top of you.
He's taken and made this completely new blind, right? It's a 4-person coffin, and they use what they've already got with the A-frame rolls, right? So their A-frame covers are what covers the bottom, like your feet, and then over the top, it's where the flip door covers you where the A-frame cover meets, where it ends.
So you're looking at a slot,
and it's a slot, and it's like that gilly mesh.
Yeah.
It's got a mesh layer underneath it, and it's got that like
It's our blankets we use. The blankets,
Yeah.
the ghillie blankets.
right?
It's
Yeah.
those on top of you. But the cool thing is, like, so we hunt a lot more than most of these guys. You can hold your hand on like the lid that flips behind you, and you can hold it there, and you can have a gap that's this big, like a couple inches wide that you can see out in front of. Well, a lot of the clients don't realize that. And we try explaining to them, like, you can hold the lid up so that you can see what's going on. The birds are working from here, and you can almost like peek out without them seeing you. And it is so insane.
That's a tough thing too, because like think about your first time in like even in just a manufactured layout blind. Like you could put me in a tangle free layout, or like whatever your best version of the layout blind is, and if it's my first time, like that's a hard adjustment. You know what I mean? And so for guys for guys who come in and maybe don't hunt a lot, even if you put them in the best layout blind possible, they're still going to have a hard time, trying to figure out what's the best way to position your body and have your gun and throw your doors and all of that. And so, yeah, it's really tough. But the biggest thing that my biggest takeaway in recent years has been profile, and how much more success you can have when you eliminate an elevated profile. And, whether it's an A-frame or just brushing around your stools, like out in the marsh where we hunt a lot, like back home, you brush up, like you'll drop a stool and go cut a bunch of cane and brush yourself, and you're like, oh, I look, like you can't see me, right?
Yeah.
But I'm this thing that's just sticking straight up.
Just a big old bush.
I look natural, or
to an extent.
you look natural to the color and to a bunch of different things, but
You're just a blob.
you're just a thing, But if you're able to get level with the profile of the ground, oh, dude, it's mash. We've been absolutely just crushing birds doing that, and
in my head too. Like, I hadn't seen goose hunting out here before, and y'all hunt the pivots of all the sprayers.
Yeah.
And those birds have to realize that, like, the point of that pivot blasts their ass every time.
Oh, they're figuring it
so
out,
if you can use a low profile and get away from that, it makes a lot of sense.
Hey Ben, let's talk about that banded specklebelly.
Damn,
dude.
boy.
Because
that was
what
dope.
Ben, this was your second hunt in West Texas.
That's
And we
right.
had shot a band the day before.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we drew for it, and the clients didn't even really know what it was, but
I'm
one of the
pretty sure I
clients
shot
did.
that thing too.
Yeah. So we take Ben out one day, and he comes, or I say we take him out. He comes, helps us. I mean, he helped just as much as anybody else did. And we shoot a banded spec, and it was it was really a bad hunt. But we had
limited though.
No, we limited. But at the last group, we stopped calling. We deer hunted them, and like, what was that? 50 specs
Right.
landed in the decoys, and we killed 11 out of it. Like
Yeah.
it was like an insane amount of
It was
birds
a
shot out of
slaughterhouse
this.
that last go around.
And
for sure.
sure enough, we're walking out there, and Kyle's like, "Hey man," he walks up to me, and my thing is, I like the bands. I'll lose them. Let's just show the clients. Let's take pictures. That makes it more for me that I have a picture of the band instead of trying to hide it or whatever.
For sure.
Not that he was. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah.
And so we walk out, and Kyle's like, "Hey man, I got a band," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's show these bastards this." And they knew nothing. They didn't even know what a band was.
They knew
Yeah.
nothing.
They're like,
about
"What
it.
does that mean?" And we're like, "Dude,
No
are you
clue.
kidding me?" Well, one guy knew about it because it would have been between me,
It'd been
Ben,
the-
and
the
Kyle,
flip, yeah.
and we'd have been like, awesome. And so we kill that band. The client takes it. The next day, Ben,
Dude.
what'd y'all need? A couple specs?
No, we needed
thing-
3 specs, and we had 2 standing on the ground.
Dude,
And they were just like 20 yards, barred up, looking at us, coals on the camera. we're all sitting there still, and Kyle's calling everything.
Dude, it was.
And we're listening
right.
to him, but we were working snows because we wanted to get bonus birds, and there was snows everywhere, and we were picking them out. So we were waiting on that, and Cole, he's on them, and then Kyle.
Cole runs the camera, by the way.
At some point, we had snows drifting in. I think we killed some snows, but the 2 specks fly out. And after we shoot our snows, Cole.
Oh, no. I saw the video.
He gets out of the coffin and said, boys, those birds were banded. And I'm telling you, we would have gone 2 for 2. 2 days in a row banded
dude,
birds.
We were smashing the birds. Like, every group was coming in, cupping in perfect, and we were smoking them.
It was working.
And then it was like you said, we only had 3 birds to shoot or whatever.
That's right. And there was 2 standing there.
And they just cupped in perfect. And I didn't have my cameras all jacked up, couldn't video. So I was running all pictures, just rolling shutter mode, smoking them. And the pictures are nuts from that hunt because they were just like
yeah,
today,
like super,
like today, just doing it right. And the pictures are nuts. And that 3-pack that he's talking about on his side came in and just shutter mode them the whole way down. And then after we shot the snows up top, those left, and I'm just looking through pictures real quick. And I zoomed in on a big Bardo speck, and I started laughing. I was like, "Oh, y'all boys!
What really sucks,
y'all boys just messed up."
There was paid hunters there, and I stood up and I drew down, and I had my bead on these sumbitches.
Yeah.
But they were saying, there was 9 guys, groups of 3 until we're out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna pull the trigger first because I ain't a paid hunter. So
I bet you wish you would have pulled the trigger now.
Out of that thing, son. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd have done it solo.
That's a problem I dealt with today, and I was like, I'm gonna let these guys do their thing, I'll run the camera and all that. I pulled off. I think I shot 1 bird today, and it was the most satisfying just smash you could possibly imagine. So it just put some lead in my pencil, and I was like, all right, I'm good. I'll
make that whole sticker pick
Especially after this morning. This morning was rough. I mean, it honestly sucked ass, and we ended up. We had a good wind, so we said, we're going to go traffic. We're going to go traffic off this, So we had a good feed. It was a couple thousand birds, and we had a field in between the loaf and the feed, and it's 2 different outfitters. One outfitter has a loaf, one outfitter has a feed, and we're the baddest motherfuckers around. We're going to put them in front of our face. So we said, you know what? Let's fucking hunt. We're going to traffic them. And sure enough, we fucking traffic them. I mean, we had a stop sign on our decoy spread.
Yeah.
That's how fucking bad. I mean, it wasn't a yield sign. It was a stop sign. They stopped right there in front of us.
There was some law-abiding citizens right
there. They were fucking law-abiding.
Law-abiding
citizens. What we had 2 or 3 run the red light.
Yeah, those were Chinese drivers.
And we just absolutely beat the fucking piss out of them.
You call that death row,
man. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Death row.
It was crazy, man. I mean, you go. Man, it was like they just didn't have a choice, man. Like they would start working it, and that wind was blasting
I'll take one of them old cool pups too.
Yeah,
the wind was blasting these birds, dude. They were fighting it, and so when they started working their way down, dude. They would make a slight wing adjustment and just like roll over. Just watching them cut flips into the decoys was freaking badass.
My favorite was a lot of the birds would get on top of you and we have a power line behind us, and a lot of people are like, oh, we're not going to hunt by a power line because the birds are so scared of them, right? These birds were, first off, where they were coming from, they were going underneath the power lines to get to us.
Damn.
And then they would be above us.
I've never seen that.
They would be above us.
That's how it went, dude.
They would come over the kitchen. I was cooking all evening, and they'd come right here above where we're sitting and drop, literally fly 5 feet off the ground fence line.
These birds would get, so they would come from the loaf, and they would literally, you can ask Matt, duck underneath the power line. So we had a hill in front of us, and you couldn't see the birds until they peaked the hill.
You would see them it was crazy because this hill goes, it's fine, don't worry about it. This hill is way out in front of us, and you could see the birds as they get up, and then you would just see maybe they would barely peek over it, and they barely poke over again, and everybody would just start giggling. Everybody's like,
here they fucking come.
Look, they're so low, and then they just kind of like roll over the hill, dude. And when they're super low like that, dude, they were just zipping, and they would come to like the edge of the spread and just suck in. And it was just.
So what we had?
It's like we were fucking running Roombas over there, just.
we had 3 guys on the spec calls, and 2 of us really can like make a couple notes. We sound okay, but not great. And then we have Dylan. So Dylan is literally one of the best. I'm from South Louisiana.
I think you need to drop one of them beats on Dylan.
Yeah. Dylan is one of the best spec callers ever. And, I mean, this dude is insane.
Yeah.
So Dylan would tell us,
they
like,
can't
hey.
hear that.
I
either. So they're like, whoa.
I heard it. That's real nice.
Dylan's like, hey, double cluck at him. And I'm, and then he's like, hey, you know, feed chuckle, I would say, because I'm a duck hunter, but whatever, like, you know, feed call at him. So me and his buddy would get on the feed call, and Dylan would just do the rest. And those birds you just see them they'd go from, you know, because they'd pass a power line, they'd pick back up, and then they would just sit back down.
It's stupid.
Right? I mean, and they were coming like 4 or 5 feet off the ground, if that. I mean, you saw it.
Every bird I watched flew straight to y'all all evening long.
And
I'm telling you, they would head this way.
Let me tell you, we beat the shit out of them,
dude,
Ben.
we made some people mad today.
We had a guy sit in the field behind us. Another outfitter.
Literally tried to like put a halt to our hunt, and we were like, guys, we got our spec limit. Like we're good. Like we
Let's
don't need to
shoot a
sit here
honker.
and try to shoot a honker or maybe another duck or two. Like let's roll, boys.
We're talking about Bobby Boucher, if you know what I'm saying. And he pulls up and he's sitting in his field behind us. And if you want to be technical, it's hunter harassment. But we were harassing the fucking birds. So, I mean, fuck. We just let it go. And he watched us shoot our last couple of specs, and we held those birds up. And it was like he drove out that field probably, honestly, by the time he was leaving the field, he was going 70, 80 miles an hour. He was so fucking mad. But, dude, the thing is, like
what?
we're trafficking birds. We're shooting them in front of us. Not a bird fell behind us. I mean, we're shooting them in the face. And they were dying there, or would we have 3 or 4 gliders?
There was no shot that any bird that was clipped, or like if a bird got out of there was no shot he was getting behind us.
Oh, fuck.
The wind was blasting.
Yeah. What,
Like,
20,
it was-
25?
It was 35.
It was
Yeah.
30. I would
Was it
say
35?
25.
Dude, it was
to-
freaking cooking.
The tall gust would sound like I was going to pull the hood vent off the kitchen.
You know, you ever
Roewe.
see the videos of the people just being stupid in the gym? You know, where they're at like Planet Fitness, and there's
That
like
guy
this,
right there?
there's like this guy, and he's
Don't
got
talk about my pythons.
he's got the machine, and he's like doing it completely the wrong way, or like he's got the curl machine, and he sticks his neck in it, and he's doing like this.
Yeah.
That was me.
Calm down, dude.
That was me in the freaking blind, dude. Like that, I had a tumbleweed behind me, just blasting me the whole time. My neck is, I mean, it's gonna be the size of my thighs when I wake up in the morning.
We had to fucking put specs, like goose decoy stakes in the tumbleweed, and they were still blowing. Like, we lost, 10, 15
Dude,
tumbleweed throughout
There
the
were
hunt?
tumbleweeds that looked like they were about to just take out.
Hey, them
And
things
what
are
was it, a
built to tumble,
40-minute
so-
hunt? Like, I mean, honestly.
Yeah, it was quick. It was quick. I was worried about how quick it was early.
At one
But it was
point-
like they started dumping over that hill, and I was like, man, is this going to be like we got to blast them in big groups quick,
Yeah.
and they're going to be done? They just kept pouring in, dude.
At one point, it was like, you know, we had a bunch of specs in the blind, and we always walk up, make sure our hunters, you know, hey, did you kill this? They take their birds. That's your 2. Stop shooting on specs. Shoot a Canada, shoot a snow. If they come in, shoot a duck, whatever.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I stopped the hunt, and it wasn't my hunt. Dylan's a goose guy, but I stopped it, and I was like, hey, look, I got 7 birds in my hand. Wrigley's got a bird. Dylan's got a bird. Fleur's got a bird. And I was like, hey, let's stop this shit. And they're like, no, man, they're coming. And but sure enough, behind us at, 70, 80 yards, they're just dumping in. And I was like, we have to get a bird count. Like, we just, I don't care what's coming behind us. And sure enough, the group that came as I was like, let's check birds, was straight Canadas. No specs, nothing. And they landed off like 100 yards to our left, and it was just straight Canadas, and I was like, you've got to be fucking
We clucked
kidding
at
me.
them too, and they rolled back
Yeah.
around.
But I was outside the blind trying to pick a bird.
Yeah, I was. Thank you. I had one of my producers here giving me a cold beverage.
Big Fed right
Mama
here.
Yeah, one of
Fed,
the Fed here today came and asked me for a recipe and gave me a hot damn badge. Check that out.
God damn
Is
it,
it
boy.
Is it a challenge coin?
He asked me how to cook a sandhill crane, and I laid it down. And he said there was only 100 of those made, and he gave me one of them.
Well, I'll be.
Matt, how bad was that win with tumbleweeds blowing all over
Oh
you. It
my
sucks.
fuck!
That's what. Remember that hunt last year I was telling you about with that big ass dude that missed the crane sitting on the ground. We did a note, or I was running. I don't know. It was like 6 guys, and it was the same deal. Well, like it started off with no wind. It was supposed to be no wind. And the wind starts blowing, and it was just in the middle of a field, tumbleweeds and layouts. Dude, tumbleweeds were ripping us in half.
Dude, they carry, like, they pick up a lot of wind.
Dude, it was supposed to be no wind, and we were just sitting in the middle of a field.
Well, they were migrating today, also.
The tumbleweeds?
The tumbleweeds are migrating.
They were migrating.
Yeah. When I was hunting them, they had to go all the way down to Florida that morning.
At the end of the hunt, what we did was, like they reintroduced the sea turtles to the sea, right?
Yeah.
So what we do is we kick 1 or 2 tumbleweeds just to help them out on their migration path.
It's only natural.
That's what clouds really are, is tumbleweeds.
And
like,
Matt, he said he usually throws batteries in the ocean.
Car batteries.
That always helps them. So
hydrochloric acid.
It's because of the electric eels need to recharge. But no, it's like a baby. It's like a baby bird being kicked from the nest, man. The tumbleweeds, they just got to go on their own path.
I used to have a pet electric eel.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
It was shocking.
Yeah. Somebody kick this guy off.
All right, we gotta take a break, guys.
Hey, yeah, I got to piss. It was a late hunt, honestly.
All right, so here we are at Roewe
Hold
Outfitters.
on. Yeah, I fucking forgot to hit the record button, boys. So
Motherfucker.
Running up. All right, Steve, good buddy of mine. Known him for 7 years. Back to Ben. We met him in Kansas. He's a good buddy.
Hold on.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Did you hit the record button?
I did just now. Yeah.
Okay,
So we just for all the listeners. We
listen
went
to
through,
this.
We went through like 2 minutes, so it wasn't too bad.
Listen to this, and you will know Steve by the end of it.
Yeah.
They told me that I said, well, how? Cole said he was a good friend of his. Yeah.
He is.
Known him forever.
Matt,
I'm like, how old is this guy?
7.
It's not a guy. It's a goose. Okay.
Yeah, it was a goose. Steve was a goose. Now
He's my
he's
buddy.
meat.
Just listen to Ben. Ben's got the story here.
But Lecompton, Kansas, man. We were up there with Great Migration Company running airboats up this frozen river, 12 degrees. One of the more badass situations.
Shout out Maddie and Jake.
Yeah, Maddie and Jake, they're heavy. Maddie's beautiful. Jake's the craziest dude I've ever met. Number
Dude's
one
nuts.
storyteller on the planet.
He's nuts.
But he brought us up there. We set up A-frames, red sand, heavy flowing river, ice floating down the river. It was a cool spot. Probably running 150 floaters and maybe 150 silhouettes. We had like 20 ducks. We were duck hunting. Had 20 ducks in the bag maybe at that point.
It was a good hunt.
And we were hoping for geese, but geese hadn't happened. And we were sitting there maybe around 8:30. Oh, Steve in the distance. He was just kind of flapping.
He was
on
with
along.
like a 25 pack, and he was like, he heard me and Jake get on that call, and he was like, "Man, that sounds sexy."
He said,
Steve
"Damn, Jake
broke
sounds
out.
good." There's Cole. I'll go check
He
him
took
out.
a hard 30-degree, and I was down on the left. They were down on the right. At that point, I think that would have been facing north. But
We were facing south.
All right, well, I was maybe
Would you
been
shut
drinking
up,
a little bit, but either way, Steve came on in, and that's
10 yards.
Yeah, I was about to say that probably was just off the point of the blind.
Steve's that solo I have a video of that one big guy that does it just nasty.
Sky Cobra,
Oh.
baby.
That's what we call him Steve because Jake goes.
Sky Cobra, Sky Pandas.
Yeah,
Sky Cobra.
Jake goes kill Steve. That's just where it came
That was
from.
his call, not kill him. He said kill Steve.
So 7 was the amount of seconds that you knew Steve.
Man, and he pulled,
Yeah, not years.
But just, hey, look, we'll call him Steve.
he pulled the trigger
Thump him.
twice.
Thump him, Cole.
Pulled his right wing off, and then old Steve lost his neck on the second pull.
You know what the next shot call needs to be? Prank him, John.
Yeah. But Steve broke a barrier that morning, and after that we pulled 10 more ducks down, and then shortly after we probably had 40 to 50 Canadas worth.
And we
in.
all shot the same 4 geese.
did. We had 10 at least within 20 yards, and we all shot the same 5 birds.
It's funny to see. So with the amount of like recording that I do now in my hunts, whether it's a GoPro or a camera, more often than not, if it's a camera, I'm not pulling the trigger, right? But with the GoPro and like the shotgun cameras, I run the Tacticams, but they're absolute trash. I'll stand by that statement, man.
Go Tacticam.
gonna get a shot cam, no doubt. So, but anyways, being able to go back and see that footage, it's like it's so funny because no matter what, and it's like this thing, like me and Cole deal with it running the cameras. Like when you pick a bird, inevitably to film, everyone shoots every other bird.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you're just locked on with this perfect shot of this bird that's just nasty, just dumping in front of everybody.
Flies
and
away.
they shoot every other bird, and you just film them flying off. And you're like, oh.
And your camera angle goes nuts because you're like
trying to find the other birds.
Yeah.
But like with the shot footage, it's like you'll watch this big nasty group work in, and then the bird you pick to shoot, either you're a split second behind the guy next to you, and he gets just like, I showed the videos earlier where I'm on a bird, and as I'm pulling the trigger, you see him just get crushed.
Yeah.
And then I'm already in it, and he just gets double crushed. And then I move to the next one, who I think, is down my lane, and then I squeeze off on him, and he rolls, and then just the next guy just blows the rest of the feathers off of him.
Isn't
and
it
it's
funny
just like
how the
just
right
double
side,
tap, triple tap, quadruple tap on birds that are just like boom, boom, boom. Like, it's insane.
The right side always shoots the left birds.
Yeah, dude, all the time.
And like
That's fair.
I know my lanes. I'm gonna shoot my bird, but it's like it just happens all the time where, for some reason, everybody shoots the same bird.
I feel like it's almost like when they come in, like everybody sees like that bird, like that's like the one that's doing it.
I gotta tell y'all a story.
And everybody does it instead of taking shots on like the bird that's like behind her hard.
I went from shooting the closest bird. So everybody keys into the closest bird.
A 20-yard
The
bird.
easy
But
shot, yeah.
now I key into the long bird.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm going to shoot. And now it seems like everybody has the same mindset.
Yep. And
so they're
easy
all
bird
shooting
gets
the
out.
fucking long
The
bird.
easy bird always gets out now.
Dude, today with those pintail, we had pintail on top of the decoys, and we shoot.
On top of the specs that were on top of the decoys.
So we shoot, and there was one pintail hen that was literally 15 yards, and after every bird got shot, she was still just flapping her wings, hovering, and I looked at her, and I was like, oh, yeah, you're fucked. And I shot her, but it's like, why did that bird not die first?
Instantly. I got a funny story. So, speaking of Kansas, I was up there, I think 3 years ago. I had some memories pop up just recently, but we were going to hunt some public land up there, and I was super stoked because we were scouting, and I was seeing buffleheads, and that was one of my bucket list birds, dude.
Big buff guy.
I love
killed a few buffs in my life.
Them things, man.
I fucking love them, dude.
they're
They're the
tough.
coolest looking bird,
Dude,
but they are the
They're
toughest of
so
the fucking
tough,
divers,
dude.
man.
They're
So
so tough.
we have a
They're
group.
the prettiest bird, too.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
they're
dude!
sick.
And I've seen that growing up in the magazines, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I gotta get one of these.
They get
for the
those
wall.
big green and purple black. Like, they're
Oh,
black
yeah.
heads, but they get purple
It's
and
like
green on them. It's-
chameleon like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. So I like off rip, our first like duck hunt that we set up in this just nasty spot. Like we were decoying specks and snows like into the water with no goose decoys.
Yeah.
It was just stupid. We have a group of buffleheads come in. There was like 5 of them. I had a drake on my side. He came right up my shooting lane. And my buddies, keep in mind, we're in layouts along this hard bank, and they were like a good 20 yards to my left. They were kind of bunched up together.
This is in Kansas, right?
This is in Kansas. They were kind of bunched up together, and I was kind of off by myself a little bit. And so I take my bird, and I shot him, and then moved on to the next one, and we all, oh, yeah, and he's alive. So I shoot him 2 more times. Boom, boom. Still going. I reload. Shoot him 3 more times. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, y'all
Dude,
shoot
them
that
divers
bird.
got that skin
Each
on 'em.
each of my other
Yeah.
2 buddies shoots him 3 more times. Boom, 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 boom. And by then we're like, hey, watch the dog. He's he's getting close. So we're like, all right, there's a dog will get him. He runs that bird all the way across the pond and doesn't find him. So I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna get my bufflehead today. Whatever. Well, then we have another group work in, and they just did it, man. It was so good. And I'm 20 yards from my buddies down on the other end, and they split, and I had one drake that was just slacking way behind, and they came around in the back, so we all had to roll over and shoot them. And there was 4 or 5 buffleheads, a couple of nice drakes right on top of my buddies, and one of them flipped around and took the long shot and shot my bird.
Oh.
I was like taking my time. I got my bead on. I'm like, this is my wall hanger.
Yeah, I got him.
And he just folds right in front of me, and I was like, oh.
Man.
And then so I'm like, dang, man. I was like, okay, well, hold out hope. we have a group come in and buzz us, and they land behind us, and I was like, I'm going to go crawl these birds. So I go over there, and I'm crawling. I got like 10 feet to go. I'm like, if I could just get to that little ridge right there, they're fucked. I'm
shooting
I'm getting my
fuck
buffalo
on
head.
them.
They better
Dude,
jump shooting.
so I my shotgun's
Pistol
laying
whip
across
them
my arms.
motherfuckers.
I'm kind of crawling like this, and the freaking my butt. I'm like 60 yards from the blind. My buddy's dog comes flying over my head, just like runs right by me and jumps like right over that little hill I was like going for, and just dive bombs into these birds, and they all flush. And I was like, it's just not in the cards, man.
Yeah.
The next day was our last hunt. We finished out. We're leaving. My buddy's running the boat on the way out, and I'm facing backwards. I'm not even paying attention to where we're going. All of a sudden, he just cuts it. And he's like, Matt. I'm like, what? And we were running by the area we hunted the first day. He's like, look. And right where that dog ran my first buffalo head into the grass, I see 2 little pink feet sticking up.
Oh.
And we went over there, dude. He was frozen in like an inch and a half of
so the
ice.
bird you shot.
The first drake that I shot was over
No
there,
way.
flipped upside down, frozen in a sheet of ice. I busted him out, brought him home, hung him on the wall.
Fucking right.
Oh yeah.
Dude, so the other day we went to Kansas and like we hunted. So what was it? I don't know what night it was. Thursday maybe?
By the way,
Nah, I
that
could
shit looked
I don't know
so
what today is.
cold. That shit looked
Yeah, I don't
really
know what
cold.
today
So
is.
do y'all know
12
what
degrees,
do y'all know
man.
what the day was?
I don't know what today is, dude.
I don't.
Okay,
I was about to
so-
say, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what today is either.
Mm.
So long story short, we had 3 days off.
Mhm.
And I walk in there and I call my buddy Jake, and I'm supposed to partner on this place with him. And I was like, hey, look, I'm going to fucking go. I'm leaving tonight. And I was going to go.
This was at 10 p.m. You
Yeah,
were
this
gonna
is
drive
at
7
10
hours.
p.m. I was going to drive 7 hours, but I was going to stop at a place in Oklahoma and hang out for a little while. And I told Cole and Ben, I was like, so that was like, I mean, these were my, no, it wasn't, it was close to Temptations, but it was a single woman.
Worse than that, so.
Yeah. So I was like, look, I'm going to roll out, and I packed my shit. And they're like looking at me like wide-eyed, like, what the fuck? And I knew Ben wanted to go. And I would have took Ben. It would have been
I
me
knew
and Ben
that
against the
I was
fucking
going.
world if it had to be.
Dude, I would have
But-
gone. I just got back from a mule deer hunt. I was like,
But I
toast, dude.
wanted
Shit's
Cole to come
wild.
because Cole runs a camera. Me and Ben are killers. Cole, he just fucks around.
I don't
with
know why
camera
this
a
dude's
lot.
talking
Hey,
shit.
you
I've
remember
shot-
that bird you
just as
missed
much
that
as you
I
have.
killed, son?
Hey, you want to talk about Miss Birds?
I've
I got
shot
one
a-
on camera.
I've shot.
But so
much
it's
shit.
it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm going to fucking Kansas. And I was like, we'll go to my property in Kansas in the morning. But the whole deal about it was if we left at that time, we would get there at 3. So there's no way in hell we would stay up to scout my land. So I was like, fuck. I was like, if they're not going to go, I'm going to leave right now. And sure enough, Ben had his shit packed. I'm pretty sure he had it.
It took me
He-
4
was like
minutes.
5
4
seconds.
minutes, man.
Ben,
5
Ben
seconds.
had his shit packed just in case I ever said that.
That-
And he
seemed
was
that way.
ready.
Contingency
and
bag.
Cole was
Yeah,
like,
right.
Bug out
fuck.
bag.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, we're going to leave in the morning. So we leave in the morning, and, we planned on leaving at 8, and we left at, 9? But then we stopped at Bass Pro and all that, and we just bullshitted throughout the day, which was,
Was that place
super
we ate?
nice.
It took us 10 hours.
No, yeah.
What's the place we ate?
Jimmy John's.
That's
no,
right.
not
Jimmy
Jimmy
John.
John's. Not Jimmy John's.
Which one?
It wasn't Jimmy
It
John's.
was Jimmy John's.
what? It
No,
was-
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey
Oh,
Mike's.
that's right.
This
So
is
Ben-
loud.
Shout out that
So-
chicken Philly.
So
That's what that is.
we stopped at like every place because we all needed. Me and Ben needed shells. I needed a dog vest because it was going to be negative, like almost negative. Like what was it, 19 degrees before the wind chill,
Your truck said the lowest your truck said was 13 degrees.
before the wind.
Right.
So
And then when you get in an airboat, you're in a wind
yeah.
tunnel.
So then we leave and we stop everywhere, and it took us 10 hours to get to a 7-hour place, but it was nice. So you get to stop at Bass Pro. We hung out, we bullshitted, we looked at the sunglasses and bullshit like that, and so finally we get there, and it's my buddy Jake, and I've known Jake for a long time, and
This dude's an animal.
I thought he was
That's
like,
a killer.
I thought he was a little upset because he had a lot to do. He's a taxidermist, so he had a lot of birds to mount and stuff like that. And we get there, and he is just like pumped up, ready to fucking go. Needs decoy weights. Like he's like, man, we're gonna rig. That day he went and bought 40 floaters, and we ran 24 of them. But so we're rigging decoys and stuff, and the next day we get out there and we just start blasting the birds. I don't really know where this story was going to go. It was going somewhere at the first when I started
you had it, and then you lost it.
It
but
went
then I
straight
lost
into
it.
Kansas. And we
this
killed
is
them,
where I was going about the bufflehead. So
Oh,
the first day we're hunting, and we're like, we're gonna pick fucking mallards. Like that's what we wanted to. Well, spoonbills swing in, and I felt like we let a lot of birds go.
we had a flight of
dude,
maybe
nice.
20
Smiley
spoonies
mallards,
come
bro.
in.
Smiley
Like,
mallards.
second flight of the morning, I'd say 20 came in. We dropped at least 8.
Yeah. Oh, we beat
ripped
on them.
hard.
But so at first we were like, hey, we let a lot of birds go. If we really just said, fuck it, we're going to shoot, we'd have killed 50, 60 birds. But we let common mergansers go.
How about them golden eyes?
So that's what I was
man.
getting to. So we all wanted a golden eye, and the golden eyes would fly up and down this river, but we didn't have any golden eye decoys.
They're
Well, like
missiles,
Ben said,
bro.
what'd you think? We were running 150 floaters.
I think.
Yeah.
It was a
So
lot.
Jake says that night he said, he's like, listen to me. We're gonna run 4 golden eye decoys in the morning in the kill hole, and he goes, every golden eye is gonna land on the decoys.
That's true.
Every
There was an
golden
open
eye is
pocket.
gonna
There was
die.
an open pocket
Dude,
with
he had
4
some-
white decoys.
He had some hand painted ass, ratchet ass fucking decoys,
Yep.
and every golden eye. I'm pretty sure we shot 6 out of 8 golden eye. Like
That's
6 out of 8 ducks were golden eye.
We went
and-
2 days in a row. We killed them both days.
And every golden eye that morning landed on the fucking white painted decoys. I mean, you could have painted this bitch white out. Is
Within
what it looked
5
like.
yards, they'd sit down right next to them.
And we we killed 8 the second day, which was a bad hunt. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was. We
It
had a
was
ton
awesome.
of
Big
fun.
golden eyes, son.
And
They're sick.
the golden eye, they're so quick that
That was
that's
that
a
was
big
one
golden
from
eye.
the Kansas
So
trip.
these things are so quick. Ben and Jake go pick the boat up, and it was me, Maddie, and Cole, and this 2 golden eye come by us, and I'm leading the Drake on the front, and I shoot at the front Drake, and I'm leading him by like 6 foot, and I kill the back hen. That's how, dude. Like this, it was
Dude,
like
you can't shoot worth
at
the shit.
I was
40
about to say, every time he'd miss,
the
I'd wait a
motherfucker
second.
died.
Hey, Ricky.
Hey, let's talk
you
about
got-
the hen spoonbill on the water.
Hey,
You
listen.
want to
Yeah,
talk
video
about
of
that
it.
one?
I do have a video of
I
it.
want to just get this clear.
do have
There
that
was
proof,
one
man.
time in the
Boys got
hunt, me and
receipts.
Ricky were talking. I mean, we were talking shoulder to shoulder. Birds fly out to the right. Ricky goes boom, boom, boom. What happened after that third
Hey,
boom, Ricky?
I don't.
What
I don't.
happened
Hey, look,
after
look,
that
look, look. I don't need to be good. I just need to have a good wingman.
Was
and
there
that's why I got
perhaps
Ben.
was there
Hey, my
perhaps a fourth
boy.
boom?
I got.
Yeah, it boom crush. It took
Hey,
me one.
I've got
and
the
it was
best
at
wingman in the
distance.
game when he's sitting next to me.
Hey, my boy, I appreciate that response.
I'll tell you this, man. And I made this comment earlier. It's
I'm
nice. It's nice to hunt with guys who know what the hell they're doing. It's even nicer to hunt with fucking shooters, dude. When
What
you can,
about
when
this
you can.
evening, dude?
What
Talk
about this
about
evening?
shooters,
That
baby.
left side of the blind was some straight up killers.
I had to tell some people like, hey, look, do not shoot another fucking goose. Let our clients kill a fucking bird.
Yeah, it was there. You know, I get the.
Yes.
Yeah, these guys probably don't hunt. I mean, obviously don't hunt as much as we do,
Beer?
but they probably don't hunt very often at all. You know, so you can't have like too high of expectations for them. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
dude, never, bro. When you go with high expectations on the hunt,
Dude, go full circle, right? So I was telling these guys like, and I only shot at one bird, but like I'll do this a lot.
Bullshit.
and
I saw him shoot at 15. He killed one.
I shot at 15 one time and killed one bird. So, but like I see my friends do this all the time. You know, they'll freaking just blast birds and then hype the clients up. Man, like good shot. You know, and the client, oh yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta
heck yeah.
let them kill because they know when they shoot a bird.
Well, some of them do, some of them don't. But
Yeah. These guys today, they
there
knew
was
it.
there's a funny story I had about your band story where you had the one client
Yeah.
that knew, you know, and was like, oh yeah, you know. So we take one of my buddies hunting. He's never duck hunted before. We go out to a place in College Station and we set up on some birds. Never hunted. We were
Did
kinda
y'all
cold
party the
cocking
night
it.
before?
We partied every night. The night before, the night of, the night after. It's College Station.
it's your stomping ground.
So
son.
we hammered down and you know we get set up we start working a group of pintail, and we blast them. And my buddy was the guy that's never hunted before. He was all fired up, and I watched my friend who hunts with me all the time just roll this pintail drake, and immediately after was like, "Hey, good shot," to my friend who's never hunted before. "Hey man, hell yeah!" And he was all fired up. Dog brings it back. It's a freaking beautiful banded bull sprig.
Yeah, there's nothing better than hearing good shot when you make one.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than
Like I made that good shot the other day, Ben.
Yeah, right.
So he was like, good shot. And then we're all hyping him up, and the dog brings a bird back, and we both would just went. And he was like, "Oh my God, what does this mean?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, good shot, man." But I was choking on the words, getting them out. I was like,
We didn't tell Ben this, but the other day that spoonbill hen he missed on the water at 15 yards, it was transmitted.
I have pictures of it.
We didn't tell him that.
You're so full of shit.
No, dude, you got to look at the pictures. He's transmitted.
I don't believe that.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Are you being for real?
I could go on Photoshop and add it to
It
it.
disappeared when I hit that thing on the water. I don't
Hey, if
believe
you
it.
watch the
You
video,
knocked the
you shot to
transmitter
the
off
right
of
of it.
Nah, we're just kidding.
Ben shooting that 870 pump, and man, let me tell you
Man,
this:
that thing's
my
from,
gun,
like,
I got a Benelli
1999.
M2, one of the coolest guns in the game, and my gun was frozen while Ben's pumping out three.
dude.
I think Ben shot 5 times every time.
I hold 2 shells in my knuckles and run 3, and then rack, get back at it.
You should have ran that on that
I
spoonbill.
can run 5 through a group holding them in my knuckles.
If you stack 2 and then put another 2, you could John Wick them.
Dude, it was so funny because Wrigley goes out to get a bird, and Wrigley's in the spread, and I'm outside because I'm working the dog, and this spoonbill comes out of nobody saw it, and it just lands on top of Wrigley, and I'm like, "Hey, watch the dog, and it finally swims. I mean, Wrigley can't be 10 feet from it, and it swims in front of Wrigley, and we're like, "Shoot it," and Ben just covers this bird in BBs, and the bird gets up and flies off.
Right up.
Is that the
That's
video
the worst.
we watched earlier? The
Yeah.
video we watched earlier? Dude,
That
it's-
was
dude,
that was wild.
all
Did I
in
really shoot
slow-mo.
to the right of it?
No,
You
it
shot
was
to the
right behind. We
But
were watching
there
the video
was-
today, and dude, I was videoing the dog, and y'all started screaming, and I just switched the camera. And there's just the perfect setup, and it lands on the water, just stupid looking,
And
I was
it gets
ready,
up,
bro.
it got
I
up and
was
just.
so ready at that
I don't think a
point.
BB touched it because it got up and just flew off.
Oh, clearly, yeah. It flew away.
What about the mallard? Hey, we did shoot some mallards that died down the river and floated to us. You remember that?
The ones that worked really
Oh
well.
my gosh,
There
those
was that
mallards.
one flight that we fucked with for
That was a 30 pack though. I mean, that was a
Yeah, it
big
was-
group of mallards.
It was a full grown pack. We worked them for 3 minutes and then they come back.
So the fun fact, the scientific name for a northern shoveler is Spatula clypeata.
Hey,
you know what?
You know
what a
you know
Greek
the,
name for axis
About
is?
that spatula.
Axis,
Well,
axis.
You know the Latin.
Latin,
You know the
Latin.
Latin name for a widget?
What's that?
American, what'd you know?
No,
It is.
Anus Americana.
Anus?
Americana.
Fuck
think
yeah.
you're
I
tripping.
got a
Nothing
sticker on my barrel that says,
American buttholes. Huh?
hey, I got a sticker on my barrel that says Widgeon Eater.
What about
Yeah,
that
anus eater.
fucking
That
Otis
white-
Cotrotus Virginia
Otis
anus?
Cotrotus Virginia anus. If you know that, let us know. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna tell you
yeah.
what it
Tell
is.
us what an
Figure it
Otis
out.
Cotrotus Virginia anus is.
He can't say
What
Otis
is
Cotrotus
wrong
Virginia
with
anus.
you?
I got a bunch. I bet Rodney.
Rodney.
What's
Rodney.
the
I bet
scientific name for
Rodney would
the
know this
electric
one.
eel?
Electric eel.
Yeah, that's
El
shocking.
Chaco. cuh.
El Chapo Jr.
It's crazy
it.
because an axis, so me and Cole were teal hunting last year when he sunk his truck to the headlights, and we're literally shooting teal 75 yards from his truck, and we beat the piss out of him. And this kid, he was in College Station for scientific fucking
dude.
waterfowl or some bullshit like that. I didn't go to school, so I don't know what I'm talking
Is
about.
that like a duck with glasses when you say scientific waterfowl?
So this dude tells us we're talking about Greek names because the only one we knew, or Latin names, is the only one we knew is Otis Cotrotus virginianus, and that is a white-tailed deer. And
Fuck, he gave it up.
I know I did give it up, but they'll pick at it for the beginning. And
we should put the music in between. If you know this, say it now.
Bleep word.
Yeah, right, like Jeopardy.
But so he's like, we're like picking his brain, like, what is this and what is this? And he's like, American anus or whatever it's called.
Anus Americana.
Yeah, that's a widget. And then we're like, what is an axis? And the axis is an axis.
That's easy.
2 times.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Say it
never
twice.
remember that.
Say it 3 times, 4 times. There's 2 of them.
Axis.
There's a couple. There's
You
2.
sound like Dolph.
There's a
boy.
couple of singles up there.
Hey, but there's an axis.
I wish Dolph would.
Axis.
I wish Dolph would say that. Like, I be all about my money, baby. Axis.
Acid, bro. Chill.
Acid.
Zane would say they got spots and they bring us Raxus.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucking bars. Hey, hit that
Right.
fucking key on there.
About it.
I'm liking. I haven't used the soundboard in a really long time, so
Dude,
Matt,
let
I really
me
wanna-
hear what all of
You
them
got
do.
one that says my
Okay.
name's
Let's-
Jeff. and
let's
I
hear what
almost
all of
said
them
that.
do.
So any new
My name is
viewers,
Jeff.
you guys have heard these over the course of a lot of episodes, but I'm gonna run through them. Okay, so I'm gonna do the short ones. I'm not gonna do the long ones.
You suck, you jackass.
And then we got the horns, right? Okay, and then we've got
Damn, is that NBA Youngboy?
Yeah.
That's
okay,
Jeff
and-
there. That's
and
Jeff.
then my personal favorite,
Surprise,
Little
motherfucker.
fucker.
followed by.
Watch your profanity.
So there we go. Yeah, it's cool. It's funny. There's a wow factor
like
to
it.
doing this show and sitting people
good.
down. They put the headset
Hold on.
on. They can hear everybody, and then you start running through the sounds and all
Hey,
that. It's
On
pretty
a
fun.
serious note, Matt, I kind of want to talk about like I want to get Tyler in here and talk about how like you got introduced into like running a camera and doing all the type of stuff you're doing and what
Dude,
I'm
the
doing.
Bayou Dragon like story is insane.
It's
kinda-
fun. It's funny because we joked about like me being the guest on the show, and no one's ever asked me that. Like, no one ever asks. No one asks us questions.
Dude,
How
no,
about-
it's
hey.
cool because like me and Matt I was in the gym the other day and Matt's talking about coming here and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Because I was like breathing. I
I
had
was
my
pumping
AirPods
the
in.
cobras, the
And I was-
pythons.
Pumping these
bro.
fucking pythons. and fucking Matt, like we got into like a serious conversation of like, I was like, Matt, how did you get into this? And it was super cool,
No.
dude. You got to hear it. Like
So,
it's badass.
Let's take a quick
Well, I'll
break.
tap out
Yeah,
and
we'll-
let
Tyler in
Tyler
here.
jump in.
We'll
so.
take a quick break. We'll come back to it.
Get Tyler in
Yeah.
here. We'll talk about it. Let's talk about camera stuff.
That's a backdoor option.
That's pretty dark.
I fucking
Rolling.
dude. That I shoot better when I listen to Suicide
Are
Boys.
we
than
rolling
Red Hot.
now?
Yeah, me too.
Squeeze that fool to death and let it bleed and drip right off my lips.
Hey, you know my Apple Music replay this year?
Cream
It was
soda?
Zach Bryan, 4,000 minutes. Suicide Boys, 3,999 minutes.
Cream
Say-
soda.
Big shot cream
Are
soda.
we rolling here?
Yeah, we're rolling.
All
So
right.
let's
So we got our boy Tobias.
T.
on
Bygrass,
here.
Hennessy.
His name's
T-Biscuit.
Tyler Boyer.
Welcome to the show, Tyler.
He's fucking
What up,
here
dude?
with us, and we're ready to fucking roll.
Let's
so
let's get it going.
let's pick Tyler's brain here, man.
Pick it, dude.
Tyler,
I'd love
so
if you would.
You've worked for Roewe Outfitters for 2 years. You came in as a Dove guide just to help us for a weekend, and you never left.
Yeah, I kind
So-
of said fuck college and never left.
So tell us what you do here.
I'm a pig guide.
Yeah, man. You hit that lake bed up every once in a while, but
Yeah.
no, be honest. What do
but
you
for
do?
real, I just
You make them fucking clean edits, dude.
yeah, I take pictures and do videography.
That's fun, man. That's
Yeah,
it
dude,
was
I
cool.
love
It's cool getting to like be around people who do that
I-
and know it and appreciate it. And like we've sat down and talked and looked at footage and shared, like tools and knowledge that we've gained and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Just being able to help somebody else out, like build somebody else up, and like, dude, hey, check this out, dude. This is a game changer. And he's
Yeah.
like,
And when
oh
y'all,
shit,
when y'all come to me every day and y'all are like, "Hey, look at this picture," and like I can care less about the pictures of me, but like the pictures of Wrigley.
Oh, let's do
Fucking
all
two
Give
giant-
more
differ.
pictures of me.
I
Give more
beg
pictures
to
of me.
Look at my fucking pythons, baby. Look at them.
get more
No, but-
pictures of me.
But in all honesty, like my dog's gonna die eventually. Like, and I know
Whoa.
it sounds bad. It does, I know. But he's 7, so he's
No, I
got
get
what
what you're
2,
saying.
3 more years
Hey,
where he's gonna hunt and
I
like having the
respect it.
pictures of it.
I respect
Yeah.
it.
It
I
is just
recently,
awesome.
for one of my best friends, he had a 9-year-old black lab that we've hunted with since we were way, way younger.
We're gonna get 2 chains in
And
here.
his name is Diesel. So Diesel my buddy Colby runs this dog, and recently he bought another dog, a little black female, and trained her as Diesel's replacement. But during teal season, he was running Diesel, and he was like, this is it, And so I took a bunch of like really good pictures of him, kind of with that same thought, like this is it, this is his last hoorah. And I had him printed on canvases, and I brought him over to him, and he was like, dude, that's the truth, man.
Dude, 100%. Because when that dog behind me right there, I mean, he won't get on the chair right now. If I wanted to make him, I could, but
he's angry. Hey, Rick.
Yeah, he might growl at somebody.
Rick,
He's currently wearing my gold chain that I have.
Is he?
He's got his own
dragon chain.
That's what I was trying to tell you. He has the dragon
Hey,
chain
Rick.
on.
Hey, Rick. Rick.
Yeah.
Tell him about the story about the time I found Wrigley.
Oh my God, dude. So one night we go out to the bar after we were on the boat all day, and I bought a 30 rack of beer, and Cole swore he didn't want any beer.
Dude, I was throwing
Shut
up
the
when we
fuck
got
up.
on the
Hold
boat.
on, hold
I
on,
wasn't
hold on.
gonna drink.
So I buy a 30 rack for me, right? Because that's what I'm going to drink during the day. And we get out there. My 30 rack gets fucking annihilated by the guys who are like, man, I don't even want a beer. And it gets annihilated. And sure enough, after the boat, it's nighttime, and we're like, we're going to go to the bar. Well, Cole's mom calls him, and Mr. Thing, Cole's mom, is like literally my second mom. Like, I grew up with her since, Cole, 10, 11?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Thing calls Cole and tells Cole Wrigley is missing. And Cole doesn't tell me that.
But she tells me my dog's missing all the time. I just
So-
figured he'd just come back.
But he didn't tell me, like, hey,
I was
Wrigley's
hammered.
gone. And Mr. Thin's, like, looking for Wrigley. And I'm at the bar, and there's this fine-ass MILF. And y'all remember this fucking story. Don't even lie, at Finn's. And I was like, we're going to go to old school, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I thought I had a shot.
She was a 23-year-old with a kid.
But she was a MILF.
23-year-old kid.
She was a MILF.
There's
I
a
mean,
different
fuck, she had
category for that.
She was a mom I'd like to fuck. I mean, period.
Can we get a
But-
Shazam on that or what?
Watch your profanity.
So we finally, like, we're about to go to the bar and meet this girl, and Cole's like, hey man, your dog's missing. And it's not just an ordinary dog. I mean, we're talking about 2 chains here.
Yeah.
Like, this is a dog who wears goggles and picks
Gold
up
chains.
I mean, this motherfucker, if I fucking shot an elephant, he would try to drag it back to me.
This dog has hundreds of dollars worth of jewelry on right now.
Yeah, he's got more jewelry on than your girlfriend's
He's
got,
earned
like,
it.
period.
He's earned it.
And so Cole's mom calls him and tells him, like, hey, we're missing the dog. And Cole didn't tell me till 5 hours later. Well, we get back, and I'm fucking drunk. And
that's
Tyler walks in. I think, Tyler, were you drinking that night?
Yeah, we went to Finn's and I got tossed.
Tyler was drunk too.
Tossed,
So-
dude. That is a term on this show. You just nailed it.
So Tyler tells me, he's like, hey man, we're gonna get in my mom's car, his mom's 4Runner, and we're gonna look for Wrigley. And like, you gotta understand, like, Wrigley, this is not his hometown. Like, this is not Louisiana. He doesn't know where the fuck he's at. Like, he's just looking for that pussy.
That dude roam the streets of Louisiana.
Dude, oh my God, talk about, yeah. But he'd come back. Like, I mean, I had a party and he'd run off for 2-3 hours. He'd come back. Well, we're in fucking Texas, and me and Tyler get in the car, and I guarantee we looked for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I was like, literally look in the ditches, because it's a high traffic area. I'm like, look in the ditches. I'd rather find him dead than not find him.
Yeah.
And it got scary, dude. It got to a point where I was like, man, me and Tyler both we were using his thermal, and we were not even looking for a live dog, and he can say that.
Yeah.
And he's just as attached to Wrigley. Like, if Wrigley was dead in a ditch, he would have cried just as much as I would. So finally, like, we can't find Wrigley, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, just drop me off. I felt bad. I didn't want to keep Tyler out all night. And we looked for 2 hours. I'd say 2 hours at the least.
Yeah.
And so Tyler drops me off, and I go upstairs, and I'm tripping dick. But, like, I can't drive at this point. I mean, I'm fucking hammered. So, like, there's nothing I can do. Like, it's just walk outside and hope he comes back. Well, I don't know, 3-4 hours went by, and Tyler calls me at 4 a.m. And he's like, I got Wrigley. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I've been looking for your dog since I dropped you off. And dude, I broke into tears and I was like, dude, I fucking love you. Like, and it was sad, dude, because like this dude, Tyler, who at that point, I mean, we were buddies, but we weren't like, you know, we didn't guide with each other. We didn't live with each other. Like, we didn't really know. We were buddies, but we weren't like as close as we are now. And he's like, I found Wrigley. And I'm like, where was he? And he's, 2 miles from the house?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
And he said, I pulled up on Wrigley. And Wrigley knew Tyler because we've hunted together quite a bit at that point. And he said, I pulled over, and Wrigley just, like, laid down in the street like, okay, I know my ass beating's coming. And he said he's just been chasing pussy all night. Like, he was just fucking waiting on some water. So he hops in the truck, and Tyler brings him to me, dude. And I literally cried my fucking eyes out as I'm holding Wrigley. And it was the craziest fucking
pretty
thing,
wild.
dude.
That sucker, man, he caught that scent, dude.
Yeah.
Something was in the air. Something was in
pussy,
heat.
I mean, pussy's
Hey,
pussy.
you know it. You know it. I know it. It gets in the air when they come in season. They come in season, and
They got a lot of women in season right now, boys. Just so y'all know, we're all gonna get after them, and we're all gonna chase that fucking poo-tang.
I'm a little less on that. I've got one little beautiful
Except for
child,
Matt.
and I'm waiting on the next. So I'm gonna try to plan the next one.
Daddy Matt here, he's got a fucking great looking son. He's gonna be the next.
We made a good looking kid, dude.
Heck
I
yeah,
was
man.
always like, man, I was so ugly to people growing up, like looking at babies and like, man, that thing's ugly, you know. I was like, I just knew we were gonna have like a little alien.
So, are you going mullet? First
with me.
haircut?
Oh, he's gonna have a rat tail.
Rat tail.
Yeah, he's gonna have a rat tail.
He's got that. He's got that
there we
nutria
go.
in him.
But he's a redhead. He's a ginger.
Hey, dude, ain't nothing wrong with
But
gingers, baby.
he's got that dog in him.
He's
I
got
can
that
see
fucking
it now.
dog.
I can see it now, man. No, he's a beautiful kid, man.
Man, off subject, I kind of want to hear, like, we got Tyler here. Me and Tyler run a camera a lot. I kind of want to hear, like, how you started doing all that stuff, you know?
So I have 2 older brothers, Mitch, who everybody knows. He's a part of the Bayou Dragons.
Mustache guy.
He is the Bayou Dragons, man. He's the lifeblood of everything that we do. And the reason, one of the reasons that I do my camera stuff.
Shout out Big Mitch.
Shout out Mitch. Wish you were here, man. But and I hope you
doubt.
listen to this episode because it's pretty funny. But so I have another older brother named Luke. He's the oldest, and he's one of those guys, man. Everything he does, he's phenomenal at it. But it's not because he's just naturally gifted. He has this incredible work ethic, man, and
He has that drive.
he has
to do everything
such
right.
an insane. You know, plenty of guys who will fixate on things and do it for a little while and then go to the next thing. That's not Luke. He fixates on something and masters it before moving on to the next thing.
Jack
and
of all
then
trades.
he just continues to master everything that he does. And I mean, this dude's incredible. So he started doing photography, and you know, it was not really something that took my interest at first because he's doing it in a different context. Like I'm a wildlife guy. Me and Luke Luke and Mitch, like me and Mitch are big on outdoors, wildlife, conservation, hunting, everything to do with the outdoors. Luke has different interests, and his photography took him a different route. Whether that's just like his family, he loved to photograph his family, and he's done weddings and couples and all that other stuff. But he got so freaking good at it, man. And one day, Mitch bought a camera. Oh, it was Luke's old camera. Luke upgraded. Mitch bought his old camera. And then I'm the little brother. I see my 2 older brothers got cameras. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that too. So I bought one. I bought like a Rebel Mini on Facebook Marketplace. And I shot on it, man. I was having some fun shooting, photos of ducks and dogs and my buddies and the blind and all that. And, Mitch came to me one day, and that goes back. You guys were asking me, like, me and Ricky had this conversation about how we started the Bayou Dragons. And I told him, I said, there's 4 of us. It's me, Mitch, Tanner, Porter. And if you ask all 4 of us how we started this, I think each person would tell you something different. And I don't think that like any of us are necessarily wrong. I think we all just have our own perspective on how things went.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's mine. Mitchell came to me one day and was like, hey, I would love to start a content brand that showcases what we do and kind of promotes like our lifestyle. And I tried to do it in high school, and I kind of just failed. But when he told me that, like hearing that from my brother, I was all about it, dude. I was like, dude, we could do this together. You know, this is something we could do together. And I was like, heck yeah. You know, he was kind of like, it was almost like he was trying to talk himself out of it. He was like, you know, I just don't. You know, he had doubts, and I was like, dude, look, social media is free.
Did y'all have any followers at this point? Like
we didn't have any accounts. We didn't have anything.
Bayou Dragons wasn't
And
even
so
a thought.
it didn't exist.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we're kind of like, he's like, I want to do this. And I'm like, look, dude, I've been thinking about this too. Like, I tried to do it at one point years ago, but I was like, here's my deal. I was like, if we start it, you know, I said, like, dude, maybe in 5 years we could have like 100,000 followers. Wouldn't that be crazy? And I was like, you know, that's 100,000 people that we can promote whatever we want to, whether or not that's something that we just want to promote our lifestyle or our videos and all that, or if we decide we want to start a business and start selling things, that's 100,000 people we can advertise to sell our product, and it's free. We just post it online. You know, all it takes is the time and effort that we want to put into it. And so we started, and it was like for a little while not really doing much. We were still really amateur, learning things, trying to figure out how to film and shoot photos. And then Mitchell made a big upgrade. Luke had an R6, so Mitch shot on it. He bought one. And the step up from being able to like shoot on your phone and, you know, versus like a really nice elite camera is huge. Like whether or not like it, like you look at these photos and you're like, holy cow, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what he started, and then we started taking photos and videos, and it still was really, really slow. Well, then Mitch kind of he's the guy with the camera, and we're trying to consistently put out content. So he's filming a lot of himself at his house, you know, like just doing
Putting
whatever.
a dip in.
One day, dude, he just posts this video of him just putting a freaking hog in. Like just like he just started the camera, walked over there and put a dip in. And he just packs hammers, dude. Like just casually.
He does pack a chaw, dude.
So he goes over there and does that and posts it, and it goes berserk.
Yeah.
People are like, and the good, bad, ugly, like everything. Like we got all kinds of
all,
haters off of it, all kinds of love off of it for no reason. Like Mitch that was just a little niche thing that he found, and just people loved it, man. Yeah. So then we start riding the wave, you know, and we're like, okay. And the followers start kind of coming along, and there's some, you know, stuff with the group of, you know, what are we doing? You know, are we doing our outdoor thing? Or are we doing dip video? Like what's going on? You know, like how do we get here and where are we going? So it just kind of kept going, and we sort of just integrated it into what we originally wanted it to be. And Mitchell had his vision and continued to, like, that one thing didn't define us. Yeah. He did that and rode the wave and was like, hey, this is working for me. I'm going to integrate this into my outdoors, my duck hunting and all that stuff. So we start, these people like this dip video that's, you know, simple enough. They'll love what else I have to offer. Yeah. So we start moving all that stuff to them, and yeah, we still do dip videos. I mean, that's what we do. We're Southern, country boys. You know, we fucking love it. I put a dip in the blind. I had 4 customers staring at me, and I was just like, oh, you know. But you know, so that's still like a thing. You know, it's something that we do. But so yeah, and then one day someone was like, you know, people are commenting and talking to us, and they're like, man, if you guys, y'all have any hats or shirts? And we were like, that's simple enough. You know, we can make a hat and a shirt and sell it, and you know, maybe we can make some money off of it. We don't have to pay for shotgun shells or hunting, you know, all that stuff, fill the truck up, boat up, whatever. And it, you know, that's the basic principle of it. And it evolved into what it is now, which is, you know, beyond what we imagined it would be. And we're over 1 million followers collectively on all platforms, and dude, you know, the views are just pouring in. Everything is great. The biggest problem we have now is like censorship and not being able to, you know, post like our lifestyle stuff. Like our main thing, especially now in this time of year, is we're hunting 24/7. Every day that we're off, we're hunting. Our wives hate us right now, and they know that's what they signed up for. But when we film that stuff, we can't post it here, or we can't say this or do that, and it's like, you know, that's. We're still just trying to be us and be raw, and you know, we want to go out there and have fun, man. We're by the book, we're by the law. Even in times of where people have doubted us and like called the game warden on us and all that, like they show up, we talk, We show them everything. It's all good. Hey, you know, it's always positive. So we're good in that regard. But we're just straight up raw, dude. We like to go out there and have fun.
Yeah,
For sure.
I don't want to be like all these other guys. As much as I've taken inspiration from all these guys that have TV shows and that I've watched growing up and all this other stuff. I think I was telling you about this earlier, Cole, or maybe you, Rick, but in the waterfowl industry, you have every show that you watch or video that you watch or creator that you watch, they'll use the word passionate a million times.
So much.
Like I'm a passionate waterfowler and I'm so passionate about this. And you know, it's like, okay, great. Me too. Yeah. But dude, you ever seen Fight Club?
Yeah.
We work jobs we hate to buy shit that we don't need.
Yeah.
Hey man, look, I work in a freaking refinery. I frack natural gas.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what I would just if I had a choice and money wasn't a problem? You think that's what I'd be doing on a regular basis? Absolutely not. So, my company's great. I'm in the best possible position for that line of work, but it still sucks. You know.
I think
so. It's you know, when I get off work, man, and I get to go sit in the blind with my buddies, fuck formality.
Yeah.
Fuck being this passionate, respectable. Like I still think I'm respectable. You know,
you're
don't get me
definitely
wrong.
respectable.
But fuck being this guy that I'm not, man.
dude, it's super.
I'm
fun,
going out
dude.
there and I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna have fun. And if we have this social media stuff, if that's what I have to show people, you know, like it or not, this is what you're gonna
Man,
get.
so this was like our first week together hunting. Like, I mean, we've hung out a couple times, but like this was our first week together hunting. And me, you, and Cole shared a blind today, and we didn't kill shit this morning. I mean, straight up, Roewe Outfitters, we usually, for 80% of the time, we fucking smash. And today, you were just on a bad hunt with us, and it wasn't what probably you drove in to do. You know, you drove in thinking, oh, man, we're going to fucking bang on them. You know, but you were respectable about it. You had a great time, and we all had a great time. I mean, it was just.
I'll tell you this, man, and yes, you're right to an extent though, because like you, man, I've been hunting my whole life. I know how it is. You know, I'm not expecting to show up, and I'm sure this is like a problem that y'all probably have to deal with customers. If they're saying, you know, I paid for the hunt, I better kill the birds. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna show up, pay my money, and like if we don't mash birds, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah.
But like they don't know the game. Like the game is you go out there, you do make every attempt that you can to have a successful hunt. And we talked about this after the hunt. You know, I was like, you know, you're a guide, but you're a hunter first. You know, you grew up doing this, and there's a reason that you're a guide is because you love hunting and you love doing what you're doing. And so I get it, dude. I mean, I skunk all the time. It happens,
dude,
man.
And
I'm not getting out of my bed to go lay soaking wet in the marsh because I just feel like it. You know, I'm out there to go out there and kill birds, but I know the game.
Especially if you're a guy, dude, you gotta like if you're gonna do this shit all the time, like on like things like today when you like this bad hunt, it's like you gotta really, really, really love this.
We set up where we think we're gonna smash.
That was according to the scouting report that you guys.
That's where they were at.
That's where they were. Yeah. And we set up according to the birds. And we thought, if you would have asked me or Cole this morning, like, what do you think's gonna happen? We just said we're about to beat the piss out of these birds.
That's what people don't understand though. Is like, you know, we get these guys that come out here and, you know, we do this for everyday job, bro. And we get these guys that come out here and they're like, they know more than us.
Oh, yeah,
or
all the time.
They know where the birds are. They know how the birds are going to act. Bro, you can't predict a crane, dude.
Man.
Are you kidding me?
And when you're like, I mean, we're grinding every single like hour of the day, you know. And then when stuff like today happens, you don't have a good hunt. Man. And then it's like, I mean, they get, you know, it sucks because they're upset, you know. But I mean, it's just.
Well, you got to think too, like
we did our stuff.
If you have. Like these guys have day jobs, you know. This happens to be y'all's. This is y'all's job. If you have the time every day to commit all of your time and effort into something, you would think. I mean, and these guys might think, you know, if I had every day to hunt and scout birds, I'd kill them every day. Well, these birds are gonna get stagnant. You're not gonna get a fresh push of birds every day.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna end up shooting at the same birds. They're gonna get wise to it. They're gonna figure out a way to survive, and they're gonna figure out.
I mean,
they can go and feed anywhere. You know, you're a dot on the map, a speck. 100%. You know, and you're hoping that based off of what you've seen and what you know that the birds are going to be there, and sometimes they just get the better of you.
So yesterday we go in and we see birds they were on the northwest side of the field, which is what we set up on, and there was 1,000 birds at least.
Sure.
And Matt saw it today. There was at least 1,000 fucking cranes. I mean, it was tons and tons of cranes. And, man, we're not going to set up somewhere that we're not going to kill, or we don't think we're going to kill.
Another thing, too, that should have kind of bolstered what is it? I'm not thinking of the word right now. Kind of like kind of should have instilled a little bit more confidence with the customers was that when we set up, we had another group come and wanted to hunt exactly where we were.
Exactly where we were.
They came and,
we about had to fight them off.
There was a miscommunication with the farmer, the property owner, and apparently permission had been given to multiple groups. And we happened to be the one that got out there first, and we talked to them, and, they decided they were going to go hunt elsewhere. But, having that happen, you're like, okay, we want to come hunt right here. Another group completely independent from us has scouted and found that they want to hunt here too.
Yeah.
So, we're not the only ones that think the birds are going to come here. Yeah. This is based off of the data that we've collected by scouting.
We had one group all morning, but the amount of birds we saw was tremendous amount of cranes.
Just on our own side.
Cranes are going to crane, man.
Once cranes, geese, ducks, you can traffic them. Cranes, when they go somewhere,
follow the leader.
It's gone,
dude. You get 500 cranes after 500 cranes after 500 cranes. You're not gonna pull a group of 500. There's just no shot.
It's just always hard to compete with live birds, no matter
100%.
What the species.
Tyler's his first year was last year.
Yeah,
and I think opening day we shit a brick.
We shot one bird
opening day, and then the next day I corrected myself. I'm not saying I run the whole hunt. They help me. We help each other. It's a whole group effort. But
I'm just the camera dude, bro.
We corrected ourselves, and the next day we literally beat the brakes off of them.
13 man.
From there on, the worst hunt I had was a 14 bird hunt. And when we shot 14 birds, I'm like, or no. Me and Cole had a 10 or 11.
Yeah.
That was our worst hunt. But it was like, man, this is fucking horrible. But for cranes,
10 or 11 birds, yeah.
For cranes, if you shoot 10, 11 cranes, you're like, fuck.
Dude, we shot 11 last year. It was my first ever crane hunt, and I was jacked. I was so happy.
It's so fun when they do
Dude,
it.
You know how much meat 11 crane yields?
Oh my God.
Wow. And that was my selling point. I've been hearing since I was a kid about these cranes and how good they are, rib eye of the sky, and live in an area where we can't hunt them and we're covered up in them. So it was like, dude, I gotta see what this is about, man. And hearing you talk about it on the podcast last year about how even among the guys,
that was 2 years ago, dog.
That was 2 years. 2 years. About how even the guides, when y'all bring home a pile of birds and y'all got y'all's, when y'all are able to bring home crane meat, it's like there's even scuffles among y'all on who's keeping the meat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's one thing I wanted to talk about when you were talking about how you got into Bayou Dragon stuff. So the first time I met y'all, Mitch was walking to the bathroom and we just had the shittiest seat in the house. And Mitch walks up, and I know who Mitch is. I know who Bayou Dragons is, and we're not going to be like, oh, man, you're Bayou Dragons, man, how are you doing? So Mitch walks up, and he's like, so y'all shoot cranes? I was like, yeah, well, fucking right, we shoot cranes. And I knew who he was, and he's like, man, I'm Mitch so-and-so, Mitch McCall with Bayou Dragons. And I'm like, I know who he is.
I know.
There ain't no doubt. I mean, you got a fucking million followers on TikTok. I know who you are. But he walks up, and he's like, man, I'm Mitch McCall. And I'm like, I'm Ricky Jessup. I run crane hunts here, whatever. And that is how we got hooked up, and we started talking. But at first, I thought y'all were the biggest douchebags.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Oh man, dude, and you're not the only one, dude. Everybody thinks that about that's the disconnect I was telling you about, man. People just
man. This is the first time we've hunted together, and this morning was a shit hunt, and you're like, hey man, I'm ready to go scout with you. You came and looked at a pond with me.
Yeah, we're not gonna be that guy.
The Loaf Pond had no birds, and honestly, it could have loaded up right after we left because that's around when it would. But we're like, man, you know, like, you don't want to take 2 ass whoopings in one day. So we talked about it, but the first time I met y'all, you know, I saw y'all putting dips in, and we're like, look at
these assholes.
But, like, I'm like, look at these fucking assholes, you know, whatever. And Mitch walked up, and I'm like, he just wants to come hunt for free or whatever. And then he's like, hey, man, come get on the podcast in the morning. And I'm like, fuck. Well, we went out that night, and me, Cole, and Zane, you know, Big Zane, he was just in here. We got so absolutely drunk. I about got raped. Like, I mean, I'm a fucking grown guy, and I about got raped in the fucking bathroom that night.
By a grown woman.
By a grown woman. And the next morning, I'm like, I got to be up at 7 to meet them at 7:30 to do this podcast. And that's when y'all couldn't get in. Remember that?
Yeah, we got locked out.
Yeah.
They're always bad about this.
So
shit.
we get in there, and I'm like, that was the first time I've actually sat down. We put the headphones on, and, like, it's literally like a buddy conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, these dudes are actually really
like
cool.
the main thing about this podcast and the coolest part is that, like, when we go to trophy hunters, right? What's up, Nate? It's what?
It's been black.
Oh, it's fine. It's recording, I think. Hopefully. The main thing, like, the trophy hunter is a big deal, right?
That's a fun one there.
You're around a lot of people who you're not going to see in everyday life. You know, they're out there showcasing what they do and all that, and they come from all over, right? So I'm not going to bump into these people running around Hampshire, Texas.
What's that one? Back country.
Down south.
Back down
Oh,
south.
man,
Back
no,
down
don't get me
south.
started on
Hey.
these guys, man.
Hey, shout out back down south. Y'all suck dick.
Y'all suck. Content sucks.
Look, man, I'm not gonna drag anybody.
Hey, you ain't gotta
but
drag nobody.
We'll drag 'em for you, dude.
Yeah, I didn't like the interaction, man. I was really cool to those guys, and you know, another one of those, you know,
I
groups.
hope I didn't get you in trouble there.
I fuck them. I don't care. But another one of those groups that I watched, you know, and I was like, man, these guys are doing it. You know, this is what I do, and I could do something like this. And you know, you don't meet your heroes because they're assholes, man. I went over there and I bought merch from them, and I talked to the owner, and you know, and then he walked by my booth every day for the next 3 days and didn't acknowledge me when I said hi to him.
Yeah.
And then when I went over there to talk to him, they looked down their nose at me and just treated me like a lesser than.
And let me tell you this, Bayou Dragons is one of the fucking best people you ever meet, dude. We walk in there, and they're just super, like, outgoing, want to talk to you, want to meet everybody. You're willing to take pictures with every
Dude,
I mean,
that's
shit,
the
dude,
coolest thing because, like,
year,
even now, and I guarantee you, like, as far as we can take this thing, man, it still surprises me and Mitch of when people come up and know us. They're like, "Oh, you're the guy." We're like, dude, it tickles me fucking pink, dude. I'm like, hell yeah. When a kid comes up to me, I'll give him the shirt off my back, man.
On our way to
badass.
Kansas, we stopped at a Tractor Supply and did dog food. And there was 2 guys in there with a Bayou Dragons hat. And when I tell you this Bayou Dragons hat, you couldn't barely read Bayou. They were so worn.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be like, I wasn't going to be that guy, but I wanted to be like, hey, man, let me send a picture to – I wanted to send a picture to Matt. But I didn't want to be like, hey, man, like, I know him. Like, you know, just I didn't want to be that
like
guy.
a name drop and be like,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
But I wanted to send pictures to you. And then there was guys in Bass Pro. There was guys in Kansas.
Dude.
In the gas stations that had Bayou Dragon hats on. And I was like, I can't fucking believe this. Like, this is my good – at this point, I'd consider you a good buddy. And this is my good buddy's fucking company. And I just see this shit all over the country. I mean,
it surprises me
Texas
just
to
as
Kansas.
much. Yeah. It
was
surprises me just as much.
And these dudes are wearing hats that are, like, worn the fuck out. Like, I mean, you cannot barely read Bayou on it. And they're still wearing those hats. And I was like, this is so – and, like, I mean, I have nothing to do with Bayou Dragons. Like, zero. I wear a hat, I wear a shirt, and y'all are my friends. But in all, like, we have nothing to do with it. But seeing people wear those hats, it's like, that's fucking dope as shit.
Yeah, it's
super
definitely
cool.
still has a cool factor to it.
What's fuck?
No White
Yeah.
Claws, no?
But so, like, kind of going back to what Ricky was saying earlier, like the reason we do the podcast is to meet new and interesting people, and like me, Mitch, and Porter are kind of the main hosts of the show when it comes to this, and like we're genuinely interested in like what people are doing, and like we're not like we're not like, oh dude, I bet if I talk to this guy he'll take me hunting for free because I have a big number next to my name on a fucking website.
That's what you did to me.
Like
That's what you fucking did.
Like we're like, no dude, hey look, this guy kills cranes. Dude, I've never hunted cranes before. I've always been curious about this and this, and we're like, hey, let's get him on the show, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And so that's everybody, man. I was showing one of y'all's guests earlier. He asked me about the show, and I was like, dude, we've had all kinds of fucking cool people on this show because they have cool shit to say, and we're interested in it. Yeah. And we think that this person is worth sharing with our followers. And, you know, I would love for them to get to be a part of this, you know, just like I'm part of it, you
100%.
know. And it's fun. You know, we usually back home, like one of these days, man, you guys will get the experience. We've hosted some guys before. I think there's been like 3 or 4 now to this point where it's like, hey, like if had you made the decision instead of going to Kansas to come down and hunt with us, as we talked on the phone before you figured out where y'all were gonna go, and you'd have been met with, you come to the house, we put you up for however long you want to stay.
Yeah.
We'll do a podcast. We'll go hunt, and then when we do our podcast nights, we always show up. We cook dinner. We have a nice dinner. A lot of times I'll film it and post it. We'll do like a, hey, here's what we're eating, you know.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the podcast, man. We'll have a good time. We'll drink some beers, and then, you know, maybe the next day we'll get up and we'll go hunting. And you know, I've had guys, dude. I had a guy flying from Florida in teal season, or maybe I think it was in teal season, and he stayed with me for 3 days. And at that point, I didn't really have anywhere to put him. I had an RV at the house that I set up for him, and he was thrilled. He was like, "Ah, dude, this is fucking great."
Dude,
like,
we'll sleep in our trucks.
Yeah, no, like I put the RV out in the yard, and he stayed out there, man. We hunted. I got him a bonus hunt, so we hunted a couple more times than, you know, we had planned on. He was happy, man. He got out in the blind with us. We shot some footage and shared things and compared. This guy's like a full-on Emmy award-winning film photographer.
Really?
That's
he films for ESPN, the PGA Tour, all this stuff, dude. He's crazy gifted, like very, very good on the camera, and like to the point he doesn't edit his photos.
Really?
All of his stuff that he posts is non-edited, and it looks so good. His name is Alex Sturgill. Shout out, Alex. Love you, man. Hope you're doing well. Nice redfish. I just saw you post. Look good. Thanks for wearing the coastal foul hat I gave you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, it's cool, man. And so that's the whole main deal about this. And so yeah, and that led me here,
right,
to this point, because Mitch was curious enough to be like, hey, man, like, fuck yeah, this guy has cranes, dude, that's badass, and to stop and to talk to you, and here we are.
It was literally like he stopped at the booth. Cole was with me. We were drunk out of our minds, like, and Mitch is like, I knew who Mitch was when he came up. Like I said, I already said that, you know, but it was cool because like now, we're at the point where it's like, man, we're buddies. Like, we're
you
cool.
pick up the phone and call me anytime.
Yeah,
you know, and
how
like,
many times a week do we talk?
Yeah, a lot.
And like, I'm in the gym the other day, and me and Matt are talking about how Bayou Dragon started and this and that, and it was cool because I said, hey, me and Cole have, or I think I started it with me and Tyler had, you know, so many days off, and you were like, I said, you know, do you have any room for us? And you said, man, I don't know if I can get you on the private hunts, but we'll go hunt public.
Yeah, and I was crushing them on public. The problem I had too, I told you, I was like, man, we're not seeing a lot of birds, but we are fucking killing a lot of birds. We're
like
killing everything.
Like the birds you see are coming.
We're just straight up, flat out out hunting everybody.
Yeah,
like just like no contest.
And that's what you told me. You're like, man, we're not seeing a bunch, whatever. And we talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. Well, then, but the cool thing about it was you were like, hey, man, come stay at my house.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Sleep on the couch, sleep on an air mattress. It doesn't matter.
Sleep in that new crib, son.
Yeah, the new crib that got, what was that? You built in the
I
bathroom.
had to decommission a crib for my son, and I was on the phone with Ricky while I was doing it, and I was fucking flustered.
He was fucking
I was
mad,
like, dude, this is bullshit,
At
man.
the end of it, he was like, I got half of it in a room and half of it in the other room. And he's like, and I have to take the other half apart. And I was like, hey, Matt, just call me back when you get done.
Oh, dude, the wife's chirping at me. My baby's in there crying. The fuck I did.
All I could hear was a baby crying. And I was like, I know. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I knew you were pretty busy there. And, you know, it got to a point where, but it was just cool that you said, hey, man, like, come stay at my house.
Yeah,
I don't
and
care.
I don't have much, man. I got a place for you to sleep.
Yeah.
You know? People don't like coming to my house, man. Everybody's got nice places. I live in a single wide.
Well, my thing is, dude, I accept everything, but me, Cole, and at that point, it had either been Tyler or Ben, and Tyler was going elk hunting. That's what screwed Tyler out of the fucking.
I had to go kill 2 bulls.
Tyler,
dude, and that was some gnarly footage.
Yeah,
you got
hey,
from
but
that.
What about
you
that
missed those
shit?
Kansas mallards.
But I killed 2 bulls.
Hey, but you missed the fucking Kansas.
Let's
He
take
killed
a
2
moment,
bulls.
boys, and just go ahead and enjoy it. We'll take a shot of what is this?
This is Crown Original.
Oh, I love.
Hey,
Crown
this
Royal.
is friends will always remember.
Cheers,
Yeah,
boys.
and nights will
Never
always forget.
remember.
Cheers, bud.
Cheers, boys.
That's all there.
It's
It
full
really-
bodied.
It really never gets any better.
Oh, my wife doesn't watch this episode.
Mom, please don't watch this.
Hey, Matt's wife.
Sorry, Mom.
But no, it was just super cool that you like invited us and you're like, hey man, I don't care how many, pretty much like, I don't care who you bring, come stay with me. But our biggest deal is you have a wife, you have a kid. We don't want to stay at your house, you know. Like,
Dude, more than welcome anytime.
we know it. We know we are.
Yeah, we know.
But so we go to Kansas and like we're like, well, fuck it. We don't know where we're staying. If we have to stay in the truck, we'll stay in the truck. And luckily, my buddy has rented an Airbnb for his clients. And he's like, hey, look, I don't have any clients this week. Y'all stay in the Airbnb. And let me tell you this, that Airbnb was sweet.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
living
for
room
sure.
stayed at like 90 degrees. But everything else
My
stayed at like
bedroom. Yeah, my bedroom was
everything
like
else
25.
stayed at like 78.
No, the bedroom was 25. I was
No,
freezing
the
my
bedroom,
ass off in there.
the last night, my heater turned off.
Mine never worked.
And
It
I
was
had,
so cold.
I had fucking, I had 2 Chainz Wrigley up next to me, like bundled up next to me, and you could just feel him every like 30 seconds.
He'd
He'd
shiver.
He'd go, and I'm like, God damn, it's
Dude, I'm so
he's
jealous.
Shivering.
I'm so jealous of Trevor having that coon dog in the bed with him every night because
know.
I was warm last night, but like, early morning, dude, when you're at your coldest
Cold.
trying to get out of bed, it's just so rough.
Oh, it's
He-
so bad.
He got up this morning and was all chipper and he was super warm with that dog. And then like he got dressed like fully and then laid back down before I even thought about getting out of bed.
We were what 20 minutes late this morning because of me. Because Matt walks in and I just want y'all to know I got kicked out of my bed. I got kicked out of my trailer. I got kicked out of everything because I don't know what to say. But I got kicked out.
The albino arrived and just took.
I got kicked out of everything, and so I had to sleep on the couch.
I'm
my
telling
leg.
you guys, if y'all are listening still to this podcast, this place could be have its own TV show, man, because there are, with the ebbs and flows of everything, these guys got to live together, and if you live with somebody long enough, you get, tempers flare. This is like the real world.
For sure.
No, dude,
Oh,
but
dude,
like
every
if
day,
me,
bro.
Tyler, and Cole and Zane live together,
Dude.
I mean, we get mad at each other. We do, but it's almost like, hey,
It's like a
shut up and do this.
It's like a brother thing.
But
to be
the
honest
Yeah.
with you.
the other crew we have, it's like there's nothing we can do
I
about
kind
it.
of noticed there's like a disconnect too there.
It's a whole different. It's like 2 clicks,
yeah, like you guys. I've seen everybody hanging out like separately,
and you
like,
never see the other clique hanging out with the guy.
I didn't even know. I've been here now. It's my second day, and I didn't even know some of these guys were here. Like I've just been moving around, but I've been with you guys, and So yeah, I don't know what they've been doing.
When I first got here, it was just me and Sean and Ramey and Cal, 4 of us total. You talk about busy, dude. It was literally 4 of us doing all
Fuck
this
them
shit.
dudes.
I bet that was crazy.
Dude, it was nuts. Like
Yeah, I bet it was wild.
It was 4 of us total, and we were running like the stuff we have. 8 of us running.
And you
now.
and Sean were running a lot of hunts on Granny's and Cobb at that point.
Yeah, and then we'd go. Yeah, I need that. We'd do that, and then we were hunting. I was running all duck hunts for sure, and then we didn't have as many ducks back then for sure. But running duck hunts, and then dude, that like compared to now when it was just me and Sean and Kyle and Ramey.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like I wish you saw it. It was insane.
The hard part is like we live here from August till the end of turkey season.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It's just a pain in the dick. It really is. You know, this is a dream job. Everybody's like, man, I want to live what you live, and you're like,
well, until it becomes
trust
work
me,
for
bro.
those
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
right? Yeah. Once it
People-
becomes work, it takes on a
But
different.
we wake up every day, and like you saw me and Cole this morning, like we were fucking pumped up to be there, and we shot 2 birds this
Yeah.
morning.
Bro, that's the thing.
And it was like, you know what? Hey, man, it kind of
happens, dude.
is what it is. Because if you run 7 hunts a week, which is 1 hunt per day, if you run 7 hunts per week and you kill 3 times out of those 7, you are fucking jam up.
Yeah, you're in the money.
But those other 4 hunts, it's like these guys come in, not guides, but these guys, like clients come in, and they just expect to smash. You know, they think they're paying $425 a day to smash, but it's not like that, man. We're putting you where we think the birds are, and sometimes the birds, like this morning, the birds aren't there.
So, okay, let's talk about this. I know there's a community of hunters, like avid hunters out there that will go and pay for guided hunts. And so for those guys, you know, if they look at it and they say, okay, well, maybe we can get a spot with these guys. Let's try and see, like, let's talk to people in the area. Let's get some feedback. Let's look at what the weather's doing and all that. More often than not, that's not the case. And guys are just like, what do you have open? And you say, I have these dates, and they book them, right?
Yeah,
100%.
Well, you know, like if I'm going to go, and I've gone on guided hunts plenty of times, you know, and I still hunt like crazy,
Yeah.
you know, on my own stuff. And, but, you know, I'll take into account, like, I'll be tracking these guys. How are they
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
You know, what's the weather doing up north? How's the overall climate of waterfowl doing, you know, throughout the flyway and down into the south, or even at the north, if that's where I'm going to
Yeah.
hunt. And, you know, that definitely plays a part if you do your research and you kind of dig into it and figure out what's going on. I got boned on a hunt in Arkansas in conservation season where these guys were absolutely crushing them, and then just out of nowhere, it just rained. It rained 19 inches in like one night in Arkansas, and it's like near Stuttgart. And it was like, holy crap. And the birds just scattered. And that's out of your control. Nothing you can do about that. That did not change how I viewed the guide. That did not change how I tipped my guide.
Yeah.
I saw him and his guys out there busting their butts for us, and we all were like, dude, these guys are legit. Like, we love these guys to this day. Don't talk to them really, but you know, I follow them, I keep up with them, and I'm like, you know, whenever I meet people that know these guys, I'm like, I talk very highly of them because of how hard they work to try and put us on birds, to do the things that they could do that was in their control. You know, the variables and the things that are out of your hands, like there's nothing really you can do about it.
Man, with waterfowl, so like this morning, you came with us, and like I said, it was horrible. That's a horrible hunt. But you're hunting.
Yeah, you're out there, man.
Did you see the birds?
You know, they say that you can't kill them from the couch.
But you saw the birds this
Oh, yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
So here's a crazy thing. Tyler has been on one of my best hunts, and Tyler has been on one of my worst hunts. And I'm going to start it off from the worst hunt. And I think the best hunt was actually before in the season. So I'm going to start it off from the worst hunt. Me and Tyler go out one night, and it storms raining. And, like, you could drive your truck 30 yards in the field, and my truck was going to get stuck. So we stopped, and we walked everything in. And you know what hunt I'm talking about? We went and picked up kolaches and coffee.
Yeah.
We hunted until 12 o'clock that day. The birds, so the cranes, when they're on their roost, you can hear them. So the cranes, you can hear them when they're on their roost. Like, you hear them. Well, we heard them. They never once got up. But it was a day that, like, our decoys are at 20 yards. You could not see our decoys because of the fog. And how I told you today was cranes are super weird. They might not fly at all. That day, they did not fly. These guys, would we have 15?
15 pack.
15 pack. There was so many people. Me, him, and another boy had to lay outside the spread. And the other boy was really just there to hang out. We had to lay outside the spread in this broken up old oak tree. And we laid there, and we never saw a crane. And these guys call Roger, and they say, I just want you to know you've got the best set of guides you can ever pick. And I'm like, they didn't fucking see a bird. Like,
yeah,
what
they
the
didn't see a
fuck?
single crane. The fog was literally from me to that table in front, and you could
Like,
not see a
dude, you
single
couldn't
crane.
see shit. Like, if the birds would have even flown by us, we couldn't see them. And these guys are like, we're rebooking for next year. And they're
No
booked.
kidding.
They're booked for this year.
That's wild.
But they were like, man, we're happy. They tipped us really well. Well, then we go out one day and we hunt a duck pond, and it was me and Tyler. And you can ask Tyler. It was Haskell Farms, the big hole, Tyler. And
Yeah.
they're like, so I say, we're not going to shoot anything but greenheads. It was a 4-pack. So on a 4-pack, you have one blind that will hold 4. There's no point in me and Tyler putting another blind because that'll hold 9, and it's just too big. So me and Tyler, like, we're going to sit behind the blind in the trees. I'm going to call a shot. And these guys, dude, what, Tyler, 30, 40 minutes into it, we had 8 or 9 straight green. He's got pictures of this shit.
Yeah.
We're beating the fuck out of these ducks. Well, the widgeons start working, and they're staying outside the spread. So I said, hey, I'm going to walk to my truck. I'm going to need a mojo. And the guy, as I'm walking, he asked Tyler, why isn't the mojo set up already? And Tyler's like, well, he doesn't, we don't like, because, I mean, this is me and Tyler. We're both running this hunt. Tyler's like, well, we don't really like to run mojos unless it's necessary. So I walk out, and I put 2 mojos out. And the widgeons stay even further. You know what I do? I pull the fucking mojos. Pull them. He's like, why you put them out? Why are you pulling them now? I'm like, will you just trust me, dude?
You don't hunt.
At this point, you've got a 15-man mallard or 15 mallards. You've got a 3-man of straight fucking green. And Tyler's got a picture of me next to a tree, and we've got the birds piled up. And it's just straight green. You know what I'm talking about, Tyler?
Yeah.
It's just straight green on top of green. Like, you can't beat this hunt. So I pull the fucking mojos. And at this point, the widgeon were staying 40 yards, which is a shootable shot any day of the week. But we wanted them hitting the water. So we shoot our fucking ducks. And the dad, you know what I'm talking about, Tyler?
Yeah.
On
The
Haskell
guys
Farms.
from Louisiana.
Yeah. The dad has this is like, he's treating it like it's the worst hunt of his life. And we're at a 4-man. Like, you cannot shoot another bird unless me and Tyler shoot our birds. So we get done, and we shot our, 24 ducks?
Yeah.
That's 4.
And we shot mostly straight green, and then the rest were widgeon. And the dad treats it like it's just the worst hunt of his life.
Dude, we picked green till like 10:30.
Oh, dude, we were working mallards, and I'm like, do not shoot those. Do not shoot those. Hey, somebody stand up and shoot green. Like, it was that stupid. And this guy has the worst hunt of his life. Like, if you would have asked him, he'd have been like, this hunt's so fucking bad. And he kept complaining to me and Tyler about how we were sitting behind him. I'm like, The birds are landing in the decoys. Why does it fucking matter?
Yeah. It's frustrating,
But
man.
so it went from.
But that's something that you can't like show, you know,
So-
like for you and me and all the boys to be able to sit here and talk about it, you know, and like that's one thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you're the guy when you're
Yeah.
out
Oh,
there,
fucking
and
right.
when they say, well, why are you doing that? Well, you know, if I'm out there hunting with if I'm out hunting public land and there's a guy on the blind with me that someone brought and I don't really know him and he's like, whoa, you doing this? I'm like, dude, shut up. I'm like, you don't like, you have to treat your customers with respect and all that, you know.
On those 2 hunts, Tyler was with me on my worst hunt of my entire life. We didn't see a bird fly. And then he was on one of the best hunts where it's like, hey, man, shoot straight. I don't think we shot a hen that day.
No, we didn't.
Like, it was that great of a hunt. Hey, man, shoot greenheads. And you know what's crazy to me was the worst hunt was the guys who rebooked, and the best hunt where it was like, hey, man, we're going to shoot straight greenheads. We shot 15 straight green mallards.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler has a picture of my Sitka waders with a fucking Pacific call, and it's just straight green on top of green. Those guys thought it was the worst hunt ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, what else can I do for you?
Yeah.
It's just how clients are, man. And that's part of the job. Like, and that's part of what makes me love it is like, today, those guys, if they'd have beat on them, they'd have loved it. But when they didn't, they shut down quick. Yeah. And everybody knew it. They didn't talk.
Bro, that's who loves
Yeah,
it.
it got
and
really
that's who
quiet,
hates it,
man.
bro.
It got real quiet. I mean, you were FaceTiming us, and you were next to the blind.
Yeah. Well, it was more of a novelty thing. Trevor was like, getting a kick out of that. But
Hey, what about that live we hopped on the other day? Smashing them geese. You remember that?
that was, yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the blind. We were
Dude.
up in Canada, and it was funny because the whole feed, we were sitting there talking, going back and forth, and while the video's rolling, the comment section was like, "Are y'all even hunting? Like, someone please shoot a bird."
Somebody
Finish
said,
birds,
finish
somebody
birds.
said, finish a bird.
As soon
And we've got fucking. I'm pretty sure y'all had the same thing. We had birds finishing, and we're looking for bands.
no,
And it's
that
like-
was not us. But
that was us.
I mean, within the next 15 minutes, we closed out,
So
and we just
when-
smashed them.
when
It
your
was
boy
stupid.
Brooks, you know
Brooks, yeah, I know Brooks.
So Brooks said finish
boy.
birds, and like we're finishing birds, and we're like, we're band checking, dude. Like, just give us a minute.
No. He knows. He knows.
I'm
He's
trying
just
to-
probably jacking with y'all.
I'm trying to-
Brooks is a funny guy, man.
But so you when you hopped on, I had 7 fucking viewers before you hopped on. And when you hopped on, my comment section went from
Dude,
this
it was ridiculous.
to like
It
you
was-
gotta scroll.
I was
through
looking on the
shit.
phone,
and I'm like,
I was trying to film and look at the phone at the same time, and I just see you join, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" Like,
And
Yeah,
I'm trying
that's-
to. I'm
That's
trying to.
mostly all just my buddies.
I was trying
like,
to call and shit, and I'm like, Tyler, watch this shit, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm.
Well,
you
all
know,
the
like, it
a
was
lot of the
bullshit.
guys that I saw in there is buddies of mine. They were in the blind. And we were all in the blind. I was talking to them. They were lighting cigars and you sending me Snapchats and all that.
yeah.
So
Dude,
it's fun, man.
it's so
for sure.
badass. It's so badass when you can enjoy it with everybody.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
So
And we
cool.
need to go on a fucking flooded timber hunt in Yazoo. What about that
I
goal?
don't know what that is.
It's fine.
I'll put you on some birds in there.
Let's do it. I love timber hunting. Let's start to wind this down, man. I'm
yeah.
it's about that time.
No, I'm
That
in
whiskey
for it.
shot just about put me on my.
Oh, I'm not.
Let's wind it down.
I
Let's
agree. We
before
want to end off with. What do you want to know?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say before we wrap it up, man, just kind of like for the viewers, like what are you guys looking forward to? Is it you guys are here hunting with Roewe Outfitters. This is y'all's job. I want to know what y'all's like for me. I don't guide. I come up and I hunt. Whatever opportunities present themselves. I'm always looking for the next new fun thing to go and do. Like, you guys have anything on y'all's list right now that y'all are
Man,
looking to
so-
do in the near future?
So honestly, I know this is gonna sound cheesy as fuck. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. You came on. You want to shoot cranes?
I would
We've got
love to shoot cranes.
part of the reason I've ever met Bayou Dragons because my dog wear goggles, and he picks cranes up. And tomorrow we have a great field. And I know this sounds fucking crazy because you're here, but Cole went and looked at it. Tyler went and looked at it, and it's supposed to be greasy as fuck. And that is one thing that, like, that's like my next check off the list. We've been getting our ass whipped by cranes all year, and tomorrow I think
it's due for a beatdown.
Yeah, we're due. And
due.
tomorrow, like, the field we're in is we're due for a beatdown. So tomorrow is my check off the list. Let's just get this bitch started. Let's shoot a bunch of cranes and have a good time. And I think that is my check off the list.
Gotta listen to Suicide Boys on the way out to the block.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
What about you, Tyler?
What about you, Theodore, old Tobias?
T-Bygrass, Hennessy.
What you got for me?
Bro,
Introduce yourself then, dude.
Content, dude. That's all I'm about. Content.
So what's your what's your next check off the list? Like
Sony A5.
You want to buy a new camera?
Oh, new camera, dude. And then I'm just letting you know I'm coming for everybody. I'm coming for everybody, bro. I'm telling you.
Do you think
Dragons.
did I help you with anything this
dude.
weekend, or is there's still time? I'm here.
Lightroom, bro. Oh God, dude.
There's some really nice stuff that a friend of mine taught me that I was happy to
Bro,
pass
I was
on.
watching you on Lightroom, and I'm like, this guy's a wizard.
No, not even close, man.
I'm
But like we'll get there. We will.
Like I'm like seriously like content for the next, however many days we got, 50 days or whatever. And me and Cole are trying to start something here, so I'm trying to really make it big, dude.
So
Cole Train, drum roll.
Cole, what you got?
What's your next one?
I ate all of it up, dude. I'm ready for tomorrow, dude. Every piece of it, dude. I love running a camera. I love doing it all. The pictures, running a hunt, everything.
You think tomorrow's gonna be banger though?
Yeah, I do.
Cole scouted the field, so it's all on Cole tomorrow.
All on Cole.
I don't know, man. No, I don't know.
If it sucks, I'm never talking to you again.
That's all right.
Yeah, we're out on the podcast.
Boy, man.
We're done, bro.
I don't know, man. Rest of the year, I'm excited for the rest of the year, dude. Every day is if you're gonna do it like this, every day is a good day.
It's about time for a crane whooping, though. I know that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Every day is a good day. Any day we can
100%
wake up and hunt, and then
no doubt
hold the camera in my hand and do something cool.
You can't beat capturing an image that'll last a lifetime.
Any day we
dude.
got 2 chains in the blind, we're ready to shoot a crane. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what it is for me right now. I've done a lot, man. I was telling Trevor on the way back in. Been very, very fortunate this year. Getting some good opportunities, and the birds have been down in our area, and even when they were thin, man, we've just been killing them, and it's been a lot of fun. Been getting to spend some good time with family and friends out there, and you can't beat that, man. I got me a fine yellow dog that I've been running this year, man. That adds a whole new dimension to my hunting.
And you've been on the X.
On it every time. The X is just me.
I will tell you.
I just am
bring
the
it.
X.
Bring it tomorrow because you didn't bring it today.
I just am the X.
I will tell you my favorite part of the season, which I am actually excited for. I'm gonna get my mom to come out here and hunt with us.
Yeah,
I am super excited about
What
that.
about the Mississippi boys?
I am excited about my mom coming.
You need to give her that triple barrel.
No, she
rip.
She can have it, dude.
Yeah.
My mom, my
I'll give her
sister,
the beans.
Mom and sister, man, get out.
Well, that's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for sure.
So yeah, man. Thank you guys so
badass,
much.
dude.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, bro.
I've been trying to pull my weight, man, and
You're
help
doing a
in
great job,
any
dude.
way possible.
Yeah, you'll pull some tumbleweed tomorrow. So we'll be good.
I got so many thorns in my ass, dude. Just
Oh,
from
bro,
pulling
come
them
spend a week,
yesterday
bro.
and
Please come
today.
spend a week.
No, I get you, man.
Yeah.
So, but thank you guys again for having me
For sure.
and hosting, and you guys have been great, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow, man.
Hey man,
Super pumped.
we're on a super crane feed, and hopefully it works out this time. It didn't work out today, but hopefully it works out tomorrow. And if it doesn't, you know what? We have a good time. We get after it and try our hardest.
If they don't do it, it's the 3 Fs. Fuck them and feed them fish heads. That's all.
There we go, baby.
All right, guys.
Bye,
If
you
y'all stuck
dragons.
around this long, appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one.